Good evening, sports fans. The Lander Valley Tigers are on the air. It's homecoming 2021, and they will be entertaining the Douglas Bearcats in this afternoon's game. Last year in Douglas, it went all the way down to the wire, and a late punt return by the Bearcats set them up for a 20-14 win. And I'm sure we're going to have another exciting game like that here tonight. The Douglas Bearcats come into this game with a 3-1 record. They had a forfeit over Torrington, and they defeated Belfouche, South Dakota, and Riverton. Their only loss this year has been to Powell. They've been pretty strong against Lander Valley since 1928. A 65-year gap in there between games played. They restarted in 1993. Douglas holds a 14-6 advantage over Lander. Lander comes into this game with a one win, 3 loss record. They defeated Green River. They lost to Powell, Evanston, and Worland. Head coach Tigers John Scott. Go. Okay, as I was saying, Coach Jay Rhodes of the Douglas Bearcats is in his 16th year. He has a record of 117-38. Out of the previous 15 years he's been coaching in Douglas, they've only had one losing season. And head coach John Scott of the Lander Tigers in his 4th year, he has a record of 18-13. Last year, the Tigers were 6-3, and they lost to the Douglas Bearcats in the regular season 20-14. So the state championships, Douglas has had a run of them. They've had 5. The latest in 2010. The Lander Tigers have had 1. That was under Coach Bill Bush, and that was in 1948. So the Tigers have had 4 runners-up, but they haven't been able to hit that magic number 1 spot. But I tell you what, we've got some great football coming up, and to help tell us the story this afternoon, we're going to go to Cody Beers, and he's got our Wyoming Cowboy report for this week.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Mama, welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's!
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
The 4-0 Wyoming Cowboys football team will be able to enjoy their one bye week of the season this coming Saturday before opening Mountain West Conference play on Saturday, October 9th on the road at Air Force. This is Cody Beers with the Wyoming Cowboys Report. The Cowboys went into their bye week after posting a 24-22 come-from-behind road win over Connecticut last Saturday. The Wyoming Air Force game is scheduled to kick off at 5 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturday, October 9th, and it will be televised by the CBS Sports Network. Speaking of Pokes, University of Wyoming senior wide receiver Aiden Eberhardt of Loveland, Colorado, has been named one of the semifinalists for the 2021 National Football Foundation William V. Campbell Trophy, which honors the nation's best college scholar athlete each season. Eberhardt is one of 176 semifinalists selected for this year's award from all levels of college football. He earned a 3.31 grade point average as an undergraduate at UW. He earned his bachelor's degree in finance in May 2020 and is currently working on a second degree from UW in communication. Is it that time already? Wow. The Wyoming Cowgirl basketball team officially opened practice Tuesday afternoon inside the Arena Auditorium, kicking off preseason for the 2021-22 season. The Cowgirls opened their season with a pair of exhibition contests to start, as UW will host Colorado Christian on October 29th and Colorado Springs on November 5th, before officially kicking this off November 9th at 11 a.m. against CSU Pueblo. The first regular season game of 2021 and 2022. Wyoming will play 9 non-conference contests this year, including in making a trip down to Denver for the Pioneer Thanksgiving Classic. The non-conference slate features home contests against Wichita State on November 13th and North Dakota State on December 12th, and also includes a trip to Nebraska on December 22nd to close non-conference action. The Cowgirls League opener is December 28th at San Diego State, while the home Mountain West opener is January 3rd as they host Boise State. Wyoming wrestling coach Mark Branch announced the 2021-22 schedule Tuesday morning. The Wyoming Cowboy Wrestling Squad will host 5 events at home, including opening their season with the Cowboy Open. The schedule also features 5 duels against ranked opponents, including 2 top 5 teams. The Cowboys will start their season at home in Laramie by hosting the Cowboy Open on November 27th. A week later, they will travel to Las Vegas. They'll compete in the always very competitive Cliff Keen Invitational. After 2 tournaments, the Cowboys will open their dual slate with a marquee matchup against number 3 ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. Wyoming will welcome Oklahoma State to Laramie for a matchup that will include multiple All-Americans and numerous NCAA qualifiers. Hey, the winter sports season not too far away at the University of Wyoming and across Wyoming in our high schools. Hey, this has been the Wyoming Cowboys Report. Go Pokes! Hello everyone, this is the Wyoming Prep Report for Friday, October 1st. It's week 5 in Wyoming high school football. In Class 4A, Campbell County at Cheyenne Central, 7 p.m. Cheyenne East at Cheyenne South, 6 p.m. Kelly Walsh at Thunder Basin, 7 p.m. Natrona at Sheridan, 7 p.m. And Rock Springs at Laramie, 6 p.m. In Class 3A, Buffalo at Riverton, 7 p.m. Cody at Evanston, 6 p.m. Douglas at Lander, 6 p.m. Green River at Jackson, 6 p.m. Powell at Star Valley, 5 p.m. And Rollins at Worland, 6 p.m. In Class 2A, Bighorn at Torrington, 5 p.m. Big Piney at Lovell, 7 p.m. Glen Rock at Newcastle, 6 p.m. Lyman at Kemmer, 7 p.m. Thermopolis at Cokeville, 1 p.m. and Wheatland at Burns, 7 p.m. In Class 1A 9-man, Lingle at Saratoga, 6 p.m. Riverside at Wind River, 7 p.m. St. Stephen's at Grable has been canceled. Shoshone at Pine Bluffs, 2 p.m. Southeast at Moorcroft, 6 p.m. and Wright at Lusk, 6 p.m. In Class 1A 6-man, Burlington at Dubois, 2 p.m. Encampment at Meeteetse, 3 p.m. Hanna at Midwest, 6 p.m. Hewlett at Guernsey Sunrise, 6 p.m. KC at Farson, 2 p.m. On Saturday, October 2nd, Class 2A, Pinedale at Mountain View at 1 p.m. Upton Sundance at Tongue River, 6 p.m. And Class 1A 9-man on Saturday, Rocky Mountain at Wyoming Indian, 1:30 p.m. Hey, thanks for listening to the Wyoming Prep Report. This is Cody Beers. Hey, let's play some football.
Thank you, Cody Beers, for the Cowboys Report and the Prep Report. We'll be back with more of your Bailey Tire and Auto pregame show here at 93.1 KFCW and online on the KFCW Facebook page and Wild Today YouTube page. We'll be back right after this.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up!
Speaking now with Douglas head football coach Jay Rhodes. And Jay, you've got a pretty good program there going in Douglas. How have you been able to sustain this over the years?
Yeah, we've been real fortunate. I think a big key is keeping a coaching staff together. There's 3 or 4 of us that have been together for all 15 years that I've been here, and I think that's been a real key for us. And just kind of getting that belief going in the program, and when kids put on that Douglas uniform, they have confidence that they can go out and compete with anybody.
Well, in your 15 years, you've only had 1 losing season, so that seems to be the perfect prescription.
Yeah, it's been a good ride, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. One of your top performers, looking over the statistics here, is Jackson Hughes. And, of course, his mother used to be the superintendent in Lander, and his dad the former football coach. So we let him get away, and to your benefit. Yeah,
definitely. Both his mom is our superintendent now, and his dad's our AD, and so it's been it's always hard for especially a quarterback always has that extra pressure on him, but kind of having his parents in the position that they are and things like that is definitely not easy for a kid to handle sometimes. But Jackson's done an outstanding job of handling that and managing that, and has really been working on his just emotional control as well. And and we're kind of going to go a little bit as how he goes. If he's playing well and feeling good, we're going to have some really good opportunities for him to lead our team. So, Jackson's really starting to grow, as a quarterback and grow as a young man too.
And he does your punting and kicking.
Yeah, he's got a tremendous leg. He had a 49-yarder, I think, which is the best in 3A right now. In our first game of the season. He's put a lot of balls into the end zone on kickoffs, and that's a huge help for us as well.
Now, it looks from the statistics that you run a pretty good offense with good rushing and good passing combined. You have a few more passing yards than you do rushing yards, though.
Yeah, we try to stay pretty balanced. As balanced as we can. I think against Belfouche we were pretty balanced. Against Powell, we struggled a little bit offensively. We were missing a couple starters and really struggled against them offensively. And then last week against Riverton, we really got the run game going. We didn't throw a ton against Riverton. We didn't really need to. But definitely we want to be as balanced as we can. And that's has always been our goal here. And, I think as we continue to grow as a team and get better each week, I think we'll kind of achieve that balance a little bit better.
Now, you had a heck of a start against Riverton. Is that what you like to do, get a good quick start on your opponent team?
Well, it always helps. I don't think you ever planned that way. You just, we were real fortunate. Their quarterback is a really good scrambler, and he got away from us a little bit and got a ball downfield. But our kids hustled and forced a fumble, which gave us the ball right back. So, they could have got a lot of momentum right there at the beginning, but we kind of took that away from them early, then went down and scored and like you said, kind of jumped on it early. And the other thing that really helped is we had those 2 punt returns for a touchdown. Which is really a backbreaker when you can score on some special teams. It's hard for teams to overcome that.
Well, Coach, what do you expect from the Lander Valley Tigers tonight?
Well, I always expect when we play Lander for them to be well coached, and that goes even before Coach Scott and everything. But obviously, Coach Scott has brought a lot of that tradition of his own. He's kind of a legend here in Wyoming, and so that's the first thing I always know is that they're going to be very well prepared. They're going to be well coached. Coach Rounds does the same with his defense, and they always have a good scheme against us. And so we've got to be kind of ready for anything and be ready to match that scheme. And I know that their kids are always going to play hard too.
Last year it was just a 6-point game, so that was pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. That was tough. I think we had to get a punt return at the end to win it. So definitely was a close game, and those are fun games to coach in and fun games to play in. So hopefully it won't be as close this year, but I expect it's going to be another close one.
All right. Any injuries to speak of on your team?
No, we're pretty healthy right now. It's like I said, we had those 2 guys out against Powell that I think really hurt us, but overall I think we're pretty healthy right now.
Okay, Coach. We'll see you a little bit later on this evening at Bill Bush Stadium. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
That was the head coach for the Douglas Bearcats. You're listening to the Bailey Tire and Auto pregame show. We'll be back after a short break with an interview with head coach John Scott of the Lander Tigers, and we'll have your Sutherland's starting lineups as you get ready for the homecoming game of 2021, Lander Tigers versus Douglas Bearcats here on 93.1 KFCW.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Joining us now is Lander Valley head football coach John Scott on our Bailey Enterprises pregame show. And, Coach, it was another slow start last week at Warland. Is that something you've been working on in practice this week?
Well, we try to be a tempo team in all phases of what we're doing, whether it's practice, weight room, or whatnot. And I don't know how that exactly, correlates to game tempo, but it just takes us a little bit to recognize things, kind of get our feet underneath us and kind of get going. And I think we're a team that kind of rises and descends with during the context of a game. We will all of a sudden give up a few plays here and there, and we seem to kind of get a little bit of a funk, and then sure enough, we'll make something happen, and then we rise way above it, and that's kind of how we've had the fourth quarters of our last two games. Putting ourselves in a position to get down for an overtime or an overtime and a win, but just not giving ourselves enough clock time to finish it.
Well, you do have a young team, so this is all learning experience. They need to learn how to win.
Well, that's true. It just kind of comes with a little tenacity, just a real team concept of we're all in it together and what we can do as a unit together. And I think sometimes youth lends itself to feeling at times like you're out there on an island by yourself, and we have kind of really hit on the fact that we're all in this together, and you're not out there alone, and we've got to try to create some things. We can't wait for something to happen. Sometimes you have to try to create that opportunity. You get a big third down play, you get something that you're going to make it go your way rather than responding to whichever way it kind of goes. And at Warland, we wanted to come out and be as aggressive as we could in the third quarter. We felt we might be able to sneak a little middle onside kick on them, and they recovered it, did a nice job, and then boom, they hit us one play later. Kind of had a guy in the area, but they made a play they needed to make, and really took a lot of momentum in that third quarter, jumping out to the 17-3 lead. But the resiliency of this team for the last 2 weeks is to fight back. And like I said, we just got to give ourselves a little more time.
Well, it doesn't get any easier with your schedule in the next closing weeks of the season. I know Douglas has a pretty opportunistic defense. They had 2 kick returns against Riverton and created 2 fumbles right off the bat. So they jumped out to a really, really big lead, and I know that's something you'd like to avoid against the Bearcats.
Well, I think we've got to just be able to go toe-to-toe with them and line right up. They're a team that has always exhibited a great amount of team confidence over the years, and they have been kind of the beast in the East, so to speak. They're always going to figure in, and they've got that team confidence and that kind of that swagger about them. So we never did see ourselves. We knew that every game in and out was going to be week by week was going to be a handful for us, and I think we feel that we've been within pretty much striking distance of everybody. It's just getting over that hump and then not giving, like you said, Douglas, those short fields and those where we don't cover kicks well. We don't do all those little things that we have to do on special teams, and we give them too many big plays. That would really put us in a hole.
Well, last year at Douglas, it came down to very late in the game, and they got a big kick return on you, which was the difference in the game, and they won by 6 points. So that special teams is always very important.
Oh, it is, and it's something that we spend time trying to make it as important as offense and defense. We do use a lot of kids on there that might not be a starter offense and defense, but have shown to be valuable, and this is kind of their opportunity to go out and make something happen. and we got to do the same thing. You know, we really have to cover the field well because they are explosive on their kickoff returns and on their punt returns, and they probably don't get as much work on kick returns because they've shut some people out, and so they only get one kickoff a game. But they do force a lot of teams to punt, and they've made that one of their offensive weapons in that punt return.
They are mostly a rushing team. They don't do an awful lot of passing as opposed to the Tigers. Your primary offensive weapon is the pass, and the run is second. Any change maybe coming up this week?
You know, I think we're preparing for Douglas to be to be balanced. That's what they've always been. They've got a first-year quarterback in there, and they put the ball in his hands. He might not be delivering the ball down the field, throwing as much as they kind of used to, but with his touches for carries combined with what passing he does, they still force you to defend because a lot of his runs sometimes will come out of scrambles, or they're just a misdirection in the backfield where you got to sit and stay home on him, and he's proven to be a real durable runner for him. So we're just trying to play, an all-out balanced game, and again, get to the point, Ernie, where tonight we get lined up right, and we get guys going on their right assignments, and if we can continue to prove on that week by week like we have, we give ourselves the best chance to come away with the win.
Okay, Coach, good luck. Coach John Scott on our Bailey Enterprises pregame show this evening. Thanks for joining us. Good luck against the Bearcats.
Okay, thanks, Ernie. Appreciate it.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to TetonTherapyPC.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month and use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all four wheels on the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Josh Henninger with Ernie Over as we are getting ready for the homecoming matchup of the Lander Tigers and the Douglas Bearcats here in Lander. Bright sunny skies, little bit of clouds, no wind to speak of.
And no smoke, thank goodness.
And no
first
smoke
time this year.
Yeah, that is correct. All right, we'll go over the starting lineups sponsored by Sutherland's. The Tigers won the toss. They elected to receive, so they will start on offense. We will start with the starting defense for the Douglas Bearcats. Lining up at nose guard will be Kyle Logar, 5'11", 218 senior. Defensive end will be number 52, Dawson Curtis. He is a 6'5" senior, and another defensive end, number 56, Cale Matthews, a senior. The inside linebacker will be Ace Cathcart, 5'10" senior. Inside linebacker 42, Carter Archuleta. He is a freshman, 5'11". And the inside linebacker Carson Ewing, who I believe last week he was wearing 28. It's showing 23 on the roster, but we'll have to check on that. 5'7" junior. He will also be starting tailback for the Bearcats as well. Overall, Douglas is running a 3-4 defense. Your outside linebackers will be Kobe Case, the senior, and Luke Skeen, the junior. And cornerbacks in the secondary will be Rylan Weir and Jaden Archuleta. Both of them are seniors at 5'9" and 5'8" respectively. And the safety will be Jackson Hughes. He will also be dual purpose, starting at quarterback for the Bearcats, 6' junior, as we are getting ready for kickoff between the Bearcats and the Tigers. And with the call, here is Ernie Over.
Jackson Hughes putting the ball down at their own 40-yard line. Former Lander resident is now the quarterback and kicker for the Douglas Bearcats. Deep back is Tisso Gwinna. Also back there is Jonah Brown for the Tigers. They're back at the goal line. Here comes Hughes. There is the kick. Long kick, and it's going to go into and out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Tigers will take over at their own 20-yard line. So Lander gets to start the ball first, and that'll be at their own 20-yard line. Excuse me, in the backfield for the Tigers, Brendan Stauffenberg, a 6'2 junior. We'll also have Zach Larvey, the fullback, a 5'9 senior, and Matisse Weaver, a 5'11 junior. Tigers are huddling up now back at the 15-yard line. Here they come. Gwinna is out wide to the left side, and we have Brown wide out to the other side. One man in motion now into the slot under center. Stauffenberg back to pass. Here's a pass down court. Oh, very good defense that time by Jackson Hughes. Doug is his father, so Doug Hughes is not out there, but Jackson is. Incomplete. And that is the first pass of the afternoon. Tigers come out second down 10. Game just underway, no score. Larvey comes out of the game now. And Matisse Weaver goes in. Single tailback behind Stauffenberg. Receivers on each side, one man in the slot. Now Stauffenberg seems to be changing the call of the play. There's the handoff to Weaver. Weaver straight up the gut. He's going to go for about 3 or 4 yards, Josh.
Yeah, Weaver with a good run there with the Douglas Bearcats. Looking at the tape from last week against Riverton, they like to run a 3-4 defense, so they have 3 linemen up front and 4 linebackers. The big thing is they will set a lot of edge pressure with those outside linebackers and have a lot of blitz packages.
One man to Stauffenberg's left. There's the handoff, the late handoff. Goes to Weaver, nothing doing. He is met by 3 or 4 Douglas Bearcats, and there's going to be a loss on the play of a yard.
One thing that you were trying to do there is do the little halfback draw on the 3rd down with the formation looking like a pass play, try and set the defense off guard, but Douglas kept holding their water, and they were able to stop that run for short gain or small loss.
Ryan Weir and Kelton Ewing back to receive the punt from Matisse Weaver. Weaver's back at his own 7-yard line. A good snap, nice kick. It's kind of wobbly. It's going to take a big lander bounce, and it goes all the way down to the 25, and that's where it ends. Fumble! Lander recovers.
That was a bad decision there for the returner of the Bearcats. He should have just tried to let that one go. Let it roll out and down it, and you'll still have the ball. Big break for the Tigers. Turnover early as the Tigers are kind of flipping the script from what Douglas did to Rivington last week.
Yeah, Rope Glick was the Tiger in on that recovery as the ball was bouncing downfield, and instead of what, did they rule the ball down?
No, it looks like, yeah.
Well, they must have ruled it down because Douglas offense is coming out. So we have Jackson with one man in motion. There's the handoff, bent right away at the line of scrimmage, and he powers his way forward across the 30 up to about the 37-yard line. Well, this play started at the 28 for Douglas. I sure thought we had a fumble recovery there.
It looks like maybe the knee was down for the ball came out, or the ball or the ground was what caused the fumble, therefore being down on contact for the ball came out. Douglas runs a lot of shotgun, but they'll have split backs in the backfield. So just because they have wide receivers out, looks like it'll be majority run for the Bearcats.
In the shotgun, there's the snap rolling to his left side. Hughes tucks it and runs. He reverses direction. He's got a lot of wide open space. He's at midfield. He's at the 40-yard line and knocked out of bounds right there.
That was just a big defensive breakdown for the Tigers. One thing you have to worry about with Jackson Hughes, he is a telltale dual threat quarterback. He has a little bit more strength in his legs than his arm, so you'll see a lot of plays where he will take the ball himself, either on those quarterback keepers or on just a straight-up QB sneak. I think on that one, coverage was good. He saw the breakdown and cut it back for a big gain.
26 yards on the gain by Hughes. There's the pitch. Goes out to the near side to Skeen. Skeen caught right away, but he'll fall forward for a couple of yards, maybe down to the 38. Line of scrimmage was the 40. 9:35 to go, first period, no score, and the mark is down to the 38-yard line, so it'll be a gain of 2 by Skeen.
One of the things you'll see with the Bearcats, too, is they like to do a slow, methodical time of possession scheme for their offense. They won't do a hurry up unless it's a 2-minute offense. Try and keep possession of the ball and keep it out of the hands of the Tigers.
Okay, 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback. He rolls out to his left. Jackson Hughes throws, down pass. He's got a man. It's intercepted by the Tigers. Intercepted at the 3-yard line. The ball gets away. Fumble on the play. And I believe Douglas jumped on top of it. Let's see. Well, we haven't gotten a signal from the official yet. Okay, guys, let's hear what it is. Douglas recovers. Lander had an interception, and then on the tackle at the 6-yard line, the ball came loose, and Douglas recovers. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. So that is a 22-yard mistake by the Tigers.
turned out good, and then it ended up being a mistake. So you got 3 turnovers in a matter of 4 minutes.
Okay, under center is Hughes. Hughes stops, gives it to Skeen. Skeen breaks one tackle and gets down close to the goal line. He's down about the 2, I think. So that'll be a 4-yard gain by Skeen. 8.5 minutes to go, first period, no score. Football is right outside the goal line at the 2-yard line.
See if the Tigers can get a stop here on defense, keep the Bearcats out of the end zone.
Well, they got one stop, but they had to hang on to the football. Here's Hughes. Handoff goes on the near side. No, nothing doing. Skeen goes in, and he's stopped at the 1-yard line, and a flag comes out after the play.
Don't know if it was something that happened as like an unsportsmanlike conduct or a late hit. Hopefully it's, well, even if it is against the Tigers, it won't really move the ball much, but it will give Douglas an automatic first down.
Well, we have to see who the penalty's against first. And the officials are still talking it over now. Here comes the umpire. And he says it's against Lander, or I think. We have a dead ball, personal foul, against Douglas. So it'll be a 15-yard walk-off against the Douglas Bearcats. So that moves the ball back to the 15-yard line on the penalty. So it'll be 3rd down now from the 15, 3rd and goal from the 15. Wide receivers, twins on both sides, in the gun, man in motion. Hughes hands it off to the first man through. That's Ewing. Ewing gets most of that yardage back across the 5, inside the 5, and he's down to the 3-yard line. Tisso Gwinna with the play. That's good for 12 yards on the play by Ewing.
Looks like they'll mark it 4th and goal from about the 4-yard line, and it looks like Douglas is going to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, I sure wouldn't hesitate going for it here. You'd put, if you don't make it, you put Lander real deep in the hole. Okay. Got one man in the backfield to his left shoulder. Hughes in the gun. Receivers out, trips on the right side. There's the snap, back to pass, Hughes. The ball's knocked away, and Lander takes over. Nice defensive play that time by Jace LeClaire.
Good pressure there by the Tigers. They were able to get that edge rush, and like they always teach you as a defensive lineman or a linebacker, if you can't get to the quarterback, put your paws up and knock that ball down to the turf. It's exactly what they did. Good defensive stop by the Tigers. They'll have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. See if they can at least drive the ball down the field and maybe flip field position at the least.
7 plays on that drive that ends at the Lander Valley 4. Tigers in the huddle, hash mark far side. Gwinna splits out wide to the right side. He's the only wide receiver. 2 men in the backfield in the offset eye. There's Stauffenberg back to pass, looking for Gwinna on the near side. He's got him, and it's just a little underthrown. He had to go behind to get that ball and couldn't do it.
Yeah, it looks like Stauffenberg had to get rid of that one a little bit sooner than he wanted. The edge pressure came from the near side by the outside linebacker, the Bearcats. He released it. He, even though it was underthrown, he still put it in the only spot where either Gwinna was going to get it or nobody was. So in the end, I mean, I'll still give Stauffenberg props for putting that ball on the back shoulder where it needed to be.
Yeah, that was right off the right shoulder there. So now we've got receivers on both sides. One man in the slot, one man in the backfield. Handoff goes on the near side. A little bit of running room for Matisse Weaver. And Weaver gets ahead to about the 7-yard line. So that is a gain of 3 on the play by Weaver.
Make it 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. They're trying to mix it up a little bit, seeing more of a spread. It did look like in that game against Riverton, the Bearcats secondary is definitely weaker than the front 7. So we'll see if the Tigers can take advantage of that, get the air raid offense going here for them.
Trips on the right side. One man in the backfield was Stauffenberg in the gun. Hash mark far side. He's taken a long time. Now he's moving Jonah Brown into the slot. Still in the gun. You better hurry, the 5-second clock. No, too late. Too late. Delay a game. They took a lot of time to get that one going, and the Tigers are going to be penalized half the distance to the goal for delay of game.
That'd be a false start against the Tigers on that one.
Well, I saw the official over here counting off.
Yeah, the referee did false
the
start.
referee
They
did
got it
false
off
start.
just before the play clock was up.
Okay. All right, so the ball is back down at the 4-yard, at the
5-yard line.
5-yard line. Okay, so that was a 5. They're penalized 2 yards on that play. And it's 3rd down. Tigers need some yardage here. Here's the handoff, straight up the middle. Nah, they're not going to get it. Just across the 5-yard line by Matisse Weaver. They started the play with 2 passes and then 2 runs. And they did not make it. The gain is up to the 8-yard line, so that's just 3 yards on the play by Weaver, and the Tigers are going to have to kick it away. Weaver's averaging 40 yards a punt. He's at the back of the end zone. Back on the near side here, we have Ewing and Ware for the Wildcats, or the Bearcats. There's the punt, high, booming, end over end punt. It bounces down. And there they pick it up, they fake the handoff, and tackled well behind the handoff there. Running the football was Kelton Ewing, and he ran backwards and got caught and was tackled backwards.
Yeah, they were trying to do the fake, the reverse there, and I couldn't catch the number of the Tiger that made the tackle there, but good stop by not biting on the fake, breaking down, and still able to make the tackle. So that'll be a net gain of about 40 yards there on the punt, as there was no return.
For the Tigers, Hughes in the gun, in the offset eye. There's the handoff, goes to Skeet, and he is ahead for about 4 yards. Skeen carries the ball.
On the tackle, number 9.
Tigers have done a good job so far in the first couple possessions of keeping the Douglas running attack somewhat contained, other than that big scramble from Hughes where the defense broke down and over pursued. They're doing a lot better job of keeping somebody in contain on the edge to keep them from having that cutback lane.
Gain of 4 in this homecoming game from Bill Bush Stadium here in Lander. It's 2nd down, 6 yards to go. In the gun. Fake the handoff, rolls to his right side, caught, still being chased. He breaks away from 1, but not 2, and he's down at midfield, so it'll be a short gain and a little bit of laundry on the field. So let's see what that is. Holding, perhaps, against Douglas.
Yep.
And the Tigers are going to accept that. Block in the back against Douglas. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty. And they're marking it back to the 36-yard line. So 1 penalty here for 10. And we have a stoppage of play. So we have a couple of Lander guys tying their cleats. 4:15 to go, first period, no score. Tigers and Bearcats. Douglas comes in with a 3-1 mark. The Tigers 1-3. Although the Tigers have been in each one of their games, they just haven't been able to close it out and finish. Douglas, on the other hand, has won overwhelmingly, 56-zip last week against Riverton. Okay, we're ready to go. 2nd down. It's going to be 17 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is the 36-yard line, hash mark far side. Here come the Bearcats wearing their white uniforms, trimmed in blue and red with red helmets. 1 man in the backfield, trips on the left side. 1 receiver on the right. Hughes back to pass. Little bubble screen over here on the near side. And it goes to Kobe Case, and Case goes across the 45. And that's where they're going to mark him, I think, at the 45.
Good defense there by the Tigers, keeping everything in front of them. It looked like they were in a zone. That bubble screen initially had good setup, but as they had to go double sticks to get to the first down, or being able to corral the receiver for a tackle. Make it 3rd and long. It'll be about 3rd and 7 for the Bearcats. They have to get it past midfield to the Tiger 47 for a first down.
Ashmark near side in the gun. One man in the slot, receivers on each side. Now a man in motion. Back to pass is Hughes. He sets up the screen nicely. With it right now is Skeen. Skeen is pushed out of bounds for little gain. Great defensive pursuit that time, Josh, by the Tigers.
Tigers did an absolute excellent job on that screen. Set up in the zone defense on the far side. You saw the pressure come in from the lineman on the interior, forcing that pass out. Is a little bit behind from Hughes, and the defense was able, again, to keep everything in front of them and just corral the receiver to the boundary, make it 4th and 6 for the Bearcats, looking like they're going to punt.
Hughes back to punt, and Gwynna back deep for the Tigers, about his own 16-yard line. There's the snap, the kick. It's kind of a wobbly one. Gwynna takes it at the 17-yard line. He's up to the 20. He's caught by his ankle and dropped down about the 19 or about the 24-yard line.
Man, he had that first guy missed, and he was in the clear. There was all sorts of running room in a huge lane on the near side of the field. Unfortunately, that man that he made miss caught back up and was able to get him by the shoestrings, keep him for a short return.
Line of scrimmage is going to be the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for the Tigers. 2:50 to go here, first period. No score between the Wildcats, or the Bearcats, I should say, and the Tigers. Sun directly in our eyes now as we are in the west-facing stands. Stauffenberg is going to go under center. Got receivers on each side. 4-man front for Douglas. Here's the handoff, goes to the first man through, and that's Larvey. Larvey doesn't make much. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. I'm not sure. Let's see where they're going to put it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Tigers are trying to get a little bit of a running game going, but with that 3-4 defense of the Bearcats, they're doing a good job so far plugging those running lanes and keeping the edge pressure so the offensive lineman can't set the edge where they can get around the perimeter and get a big gain. See if the Tigers can maybe do a play-action pass and see if they can get the chains moving.
Stauffenberg back in the gun. There's the pass down court, and it's caught. Nice catch on the play, and that's going to be Jonah Brown. That'll be a first down for the Tigers. Nice pattern that time, Josh.
Quick timing route there for Stauffenberg, just a quick 3-step drop. Brown was on the slant. Looked like the Bearcats went back in a zone, trying to stay back behind the sticks and keep everything in front of them. Stauffenberg realized that. Brown saw where the line to gain was. Perfect route, good throw. First down for the Tigers. I believe that's their first down.
Yeah, their first down of the game. Stauffenberg back in the gun. Larvey in the backfield. Gwynna goes to the left side. Kovapalo as the tight end. And now some instructions there. Pass over the middle, caught by the Tigers. No, incomplete. Knocked away.
That was a tight throwing window there for Stauffenberg as he tried to give it to the tight end in the slot. Looks like he took a little bit of a hit there, taking a little bit extra time to get up. Looks like he's all right. But, yeah, that was the linebacker there. Middle linebacker was keying on the eyes of Stauffenberg, was trying to beat the route. Almost was an interception for the Tigers' second turnovers. There was a flag on the play as well.
Yeah, they're picking up the laundry. It'll be first down and 15, a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. Coach John Scott shouting some instructions out to his quarterback, Brandon Stauffenberg, now using some hand signals, touching his hands on his ears, one after the other on each side. In the gun now. Let's see what that means. There's the pass, caught all alone at the 45-yard line. It's good, and that is Brown getting that pass. I can't see the number.
Yeah, it looks like it may have been Jonah Brown again
Yeah,
for the
it was
reception.
Jonah Brown. That'll be another first down for the Tigers, and that takes it from the 35-yard line to the 44. That'll be 11-yard gain by the Tigers.
Going to be just short, second and short for the Tigers.
Brown, the favorite receiver so far. He's caught 2 of Stauffenberg's passes. Second down, a yard to go. Everyone's in tight. There's the handoff. First down, Tigers, as I believe it was Larvey that goes ahead for that yardage. Yeah, it was. Zach Larvey with the carry, and he goes ahead for the first down at the 49-yard line. First and 10, Tigers.
Great work on the fullback dive there, setting up the I formation. That will be the last play of the first quarter. At the end of one, we are still tied at 0 here on 93.1 KFCW and on YouTube on the YO Today YouTube page. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Mama's. Okay, Tigers have it. First down and 10. They're at their own 49-yard line. Hash mark near side. Stauffenberg passes on the far side. It's caught, and no gain on the play, and a flag comes down. Might have had a face mask there. I'm not sure what the call is going to be. Waiting for the official. That was Matisse Weaver who caught the ball. Let's see what the flag's all about. It happened right at the end of the play. And let's see, it's against Lander.
Either a block in the back or a late hold, I would imagine.
Well, you know, the Tigers are a young team, and they're learning. Let's see, here comes the referee. And we have face mask is the call against the Tigers. So that moves it back to the 40-yard line.
Not often you see an offensive face mask called.
No, you sure don't. And there weren't that many people over there.
No.
Okay, second down, or first down, 10 to go, hash mark far side. Sun is directly in our eyes here as it's about to sneak behind the Wind Rivers. The lights are on here at Bill Bush Stadium. Stauffenberg, 5 yards back in the gun. Everyone else in tight. Back to pass. Stauffenberg has a receiver caught. Down to the 50, down to the 45, down to the 40. Carrying the ball, Jace LeClaire.
Jace LeClaire saw that Stauffenberg was in a little bit of trouble. He presented himself just in time. Stauffenberg threw it to avoid the sack to the wide open receiver, and that will take the Tigers into Douglas territory for the first time.
On that last play, sorry, Josh. On that last play, the Lander Tigers crossed midfield, and AARP Wyoming wants to remind you good things happen after 50. To see what's going on for folks over 50 in Wyoming, check out AARP's Facebook page. And there's another flag as Larvey goes ahead for about 5 yards. It was thrown by the back judge. Let's see what that's going to be about. Well, who's it going to be against? The Tigers? Yeah, it's looking like we have a hold against Lander. Yep, holding against the Tigers, so that's going to negate that run. And they're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage. or they mark it from the point of infraction, so it goes to the 48 of Douglas, where it'll be second down and 7 yards to go. Okay, so a lot of penalties so far. 4 in the game, 2 on each team. 11-12 to go. First half of play, no score. Homecoming in Lander from Bill Bush Stadium. Okay, receivers split out wide on each side. One man in the backfield. Stauffenberg takes 4-step drop, throws in the middle. It's caught. And it's Gwinna, and he makes it down to the 45. It'll be a 3-yard gain on the play down to the 45.
Tigers setting up a screen there for Gwinna as well. They had a good setup originally, but the Bearcats were able to hold their water on the second level. Again, keeping them from getting the first down will make it 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. See if they can take advantage of this momentum and get another conversion.
All right, they need 4, as you just heard from Josh. In the gun is Stauffenberg, 2 in the backfield. He rolls to his right, stops, throws downfield. It's caught. First down, Tigers. And that is Tisso Gwinna down at the 35-yard line. Great play by the Tigers.
Stauffenberg has been putting in the work in practice this week. His mechanics are looking so much better than they were against Evanston. Great short timing routes. Through that as soon as Gwinna was on the break. He saw the opening, put it in the tight window. First down, Tigers.
10 minutes to go in the first half. Under center now is Stauffenberg, and the handoff goes to the first man through, and that's Weaver. Weaver carries the ball down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. So gain of 3 on the play.
Tigers are doing a good mix of runs and passes in this one. Bearcats are looking like they're trying to guess what they're going to do. Tigers keep coming out in a spread formation with a lot of receivers out wide, but they are going about 50-50 whether it's a run or a pass play.
Sun's about to go behind the Wind Rivers. Thank you, Old Saul. We can see the field now. And we have a whistle, and must have been a false start or something, because it was blowing before the play got started. False start on the Tigers. That'll be their 3rd penalty. They've been penalized 12 yards in the game so far, and that moves it back from the 32 to the 37 on the penalty.
A lot of procedure penalties and just unforced errors so far for the Tigers, hoping that that's something that they can clean up not only the rest of this first half, but the rest of the year.
12th play of this drive for Lander. Hash mark far side. Everyone is in tight. One man in the backfield. Stauffenberg in the gun. There's the handoff, and it goes straight ahead to Larvey, and another flag comes out. Flag at the 40. Larvey carries down to the 35.
Holding again?
It's going to go against the Tigers. Holding for the Tigers. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Wow. And that moves the ball to midfield.
Talk about a way to cut off your momentum. They're driving. They're in the Douglas side of the field, moving well, and they keep shooting themselves in the foot with the holding calls and the procedure calls.
5 penalties against the Tigers so far. Second down, 25 yards to go. Brown split out the near side, Gwinna to the far side, one man in the slot behind Stauffenberg. Here's the pass on the near side, caught all alone, downfield, Jonah Brown.
Jonah Brown, seeing that it was zone coverage, he found the hole in the zone. Stauffenberg saw him open. Good throw, good catch. Going to be a lot of yards, but unfortunately, Tigers still have a long way to go for the first down.
That was a gain of 11 on that last play. Stauffenberg in the gun, back to pass, throws in the middle, and it is caught by Tisso Gwinna. That's going to be a first down for the Tigers. Another flag. Okay, let's see what this one's going to be. We've had flags on each of the last 4 plays. Personal foul, roughing the passer. So the play went down to the 25-yard line, and that would be A 14-yard gain on the play to Gwynna. And they're going to mark off the penalty now. And Tigers have regained that mow, and it's now down at the 12-yard line, Josh.
So marking it half the distance to the goal, normally roughing the passer is a 15-yard penalty. So you got the 14-yard play plus the 12 yards, or 13 yards on the penalty. 1st and 10, Tigers from the Douglas 12-yard line.
LeClaire split out wide to the right, Gwynna on the left in the slot. One man in the backfield. Now Stauffenberg moves him to his left shoulder. Long count. He stops, looks at the backfield. Larvey changes possession now to the right shoulder, and the handoff goes to Larvey. Larvey on a sweep on the outside, doesn't get much. Douglas was right there. They read that one.
Yeah, Douglas did a good job of just moving the play sideline to sideline. There was no edge set up by the receivers on the near side or the offensive linemen. They did a good job just corralling them. One thing you'll see, Douglas does look a little bit smaller than the Tigers, but they certainly are athletic and speedy. Saw that a lot against Riverton. A lot of edge pressure, a lot of speed. If Tigers don't pick up their blocks, could be a long road ahead on the ground game.
No gain on the play. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Coach Scott with the message in. Back to pass to Stauffenberg. He's under pressure, throws it away. Gwynna was out there, but he just threw it away as there was good pursuit by the Bearcat defenders.
Good pursuit by the Bearcat defenders, and I will give a double plus to Stauffenberg on that one. He saw the pressure, he read it, he rolled to his right. He saw that Gwynna was in the area over there, but he threw it in a spot where if Gwynna really put it on, he would have been able to catch it for a short gain or just put down to the turf. No harm, no foul, thrown out of a sack. Great job by Stauffenberg.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Receivers, twin on the right side, single on the left. Stauffenberg looks, under pressure, throws it into the end zone. It's caught, but out of bounds.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. If that would have been another yard short, that would have been a Tiger touchdown.
That was close. Looked like the receiver would have had an opportunity to at least put one foot down, which is all you need in high school. Stauffenberg, again, he put it in a spot. He saw the one-on-one coverage with the receiver, put it up to where it was either going to be his receiver that caught it or nobody was going to catch it. Again, thrown out of the sack, recognized the pressure, sensed it, and gave him an opportunity for the Tigers to put points on the board.
Okay, Matisse Weaver in for a field goal. It'll be a 30-yard attempt from the hash mark on the near side at the 20. So it'll be a 30-yard attempt. Let's see what happens here. Snap, the kick. It's up, it's high enough, it's long enough, and it's wide left. No good. Field goal attempt is not good.
Unfortunate break for the Tigers. They drive it down the field. Good sustained drive. Had a few hiccups there. Some shooting themselves in the foot with the procedure penalties and the holding. Looked like there was more than enough leg there, but unfortunately it went wide left.
67-yard drive. They took 17 plays that time to get downfield. Now the Douglas Bearcats will have it, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 20, or at their own 20-yard line. No score. 7 minutes to go until halftime. Trips on the right side for Douglas. Hughes in the gun. One man along his right shoulder. There's the snap. The pass comes over to him. That's Ware. Ware breaks one tackle, breaks another. 1st down all the way to the 35.
I tell you what, the defender for Douglas, number 2, Kobe Case, I think he got away with a block in the back there for the Bearcats. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. They'll have it their own 35-yard line.
15-yard pass play from Hughes to Weir, and it goes to the 35-yard line. Hash mark near side. 6.5 minutes to go here. In the gun, twin receivers each side. Now a man in motion. Whistle, flags.
False start.
And we have a false start against Douglas. So that'll be their 3rd penalty, but this is only a 5-yarder. So that'll move them back to the 30-yard line on the penalty.
All sorts of penalties in this first
Oh,
half.
a lot of flags so far.
You wouldn't think it was middle of the season.
Of course, the Tigers are a young team. Douglas is very experienced. They have mostly senior starters. Hughes, the junior quarterback, used to live here in Lander. He's in the gun. Takes a 3-step drop, throws it downfield, caught. Very good pass play downfield. The football is dropped, picked up by the Lander Tigers. Covapollo with the recovery.
So that's going to be the third turnover for Douglas. Luckily for them, on the second turnover, it was fumbled after the interception, so they were able to cover it. This time, Tigers keep a hold of it, and they are going to start with great field possession on the Douglas 39-yard line.
Okay, the Tigers at the Bearcats 39. First down, 10 yards to go. Well, this could help get that Douglas defense a little on the tired side, eh, Josh?
Yeah, that big, what'd you say, 17 plays?
Yeah.
That last drive. We'll see if the Tigers can keep it up and drive again to get some good momentum. See if they can't score here before the end of the first half.
Okay, here come the Tigers up to the line of scrimmage.
Sir, I need you to sit down, please.
One spectator standing up right in front of us. And he's ignoring us. There's the handoff, goes straight up the middle. Nice gain for the Tigers. And it's Weaver. Yeah, it was Matisse Weaver with the carry that time. All right, the gain is down to the 32-yard line. Fake, double fake. Oh, Douglas had that one read all the way. Tigers with a big loss, back to the 35.
Yeah,
it was a reverse.
It was a double reverse. They would have had it, had better luck if they kept it going with the first running back, as the edge pressure from the far side of the Bearcats did a good job of keeping in front of them. Be 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 6. And we have a timeout called, and 5:16 to go until halftime. We'll listen to this.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Back again at Bill Bush Stadium in Lander. No score on our scoreboard, on our Tiger scoreboard. 5:16 to go here until halftime. Lander has the ball. It's 3rd down and about 7 yards to go. They're at the 36-yard line of Douglas. In the gun is Stauffenberg. One man in the slot, rolls to his left side. There's the pass. It's incomplete. Hit him right in the hands. And that for the Tigers was Gabe Harris.
That was a good throw by Stauffenberg. Put it right where it needed to be for Harris. Unfortunately, he saw the footsteps of Hughes behind him. Couldn't haul that one in. Be 4th and 6 for the Tigers.
Well, let's see what the Tigers are going to do. Matisse Weaver, who does the punting, is out there, and Stauffenberg is the holder, or is the, not the holder. They're not going to try a field goal, are they? Yeah, they are. From the 43-yard line. This will be a 53-yard field goal attempt. 53-yard field goal attempt here with 5:13 to go. unless it's a fake. There's the snap. The kick is long enough, and it just misses to the left. Second field goal that was just a foot wide.
Yeah, I don't know what he needs to do to make the adjustment, but he's got more than enough leg on both of those attempts. There's no wind. I don't know if he's just having a little bit of an issue with his plant foot, so he's over-rotating on the kick. But 0 for 2 so far for Weaver. Tigers have had an opportunity to put at least 6 points on the board and have been unable to do so. But at least they've been able to keep Douglas scoreless as well. At this point last week, I believe Douglas was ahead by either 15 or 21 against Riverton.
Okay, the Bearcats up to the line of scrimmage at their own 20. There's the handoff, goes to Skeen. Skeen finds some running room. He's got a first down. It's going to be a race to the end zone. Skeen is going to win the race. He's going to go to the house. 5, touchdown, Douglas. 80-yard run by Skeen.
That was a good setup by the Bearcats. It looked like it was going to be a run that bounced to the outside the entire time. Good edge set, good blocking by the receivers. He got to the second level and just turned on the Jets. Touchdown Bearcats. Will be 6-0 Bearcats here in the second quarter.
80-yard run from scrimmage. And now here's the PAT by Hughes. And whistle blows before the kick, and we have a false start. So we'll move it back 5 yards and try it again. 4:55 to go. Big play. That's what cost the Tigers the game last year. Near the end of the game, a punt return won it for the Bearcats, and it was a 6-point win. Here they're leading by 6, 4:55 to go. Jackson Hughes to kick. The snap, the kick, it's up, it's high enough, it's good. 7-0 Douglas.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds, and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up!
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Back again after that 80-yard one-play drive. Luke Skeen scampered 80 yards for the Bearcats and the touchdown with 4:55 to go. Hughes had the PAT and a 7-0 Douglas after the Tigers had a magnificent 1.5 quarters of good defense. Okay, Hughes gets the signal, approaches the ball. Long kickoff, and this is going to go down to the 7-yard line. We're going to have a return here. Breaks one tackle, breaks another, almost breaks free at the 40-yard line. Really nice return that time by, that was 13 Brown.
What do you do?
Jonah Brown.
What do you do when you give up a big play? You got to respond. Great response by the Tigers on special teams on the ensuing kickoff. They have it to the 42-yard line. Another great drive with good starting field position for the Tigers.
33-yard kickoff return by Jonah Brown. 2 split off to the left. Here's the handoff, goes to Larvey. He'll go a couple of yards, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see. Was that Matisse Weaver?
Yeah, it was Weaver.
That was okay. Weaver comes out. There's 1 yard gain on the play. And Larvey comes back in. Matisse has 5 carries, 13 yards in the game. second down now. They're going to call it 9 to go, a long 9 to go. For all practical purposes, it's 10 yards, about a football length over. Larvey now goes to the left of Stauffenberg. There's the snap. Big rush. Pass is intercepted. It's going to be a pick six. Hughes for the touchdown for Douglas. Pick six, and that is it. Boy, he was opportunistic that time. Picked it off at the 45-yard line. 45-yard pick six return by Jackson Hughes of Douglas.
Yeah, unfortunately for Stauffenberg, he saw the pressure coming near side from the outside linebacker, trying to get rid of it fast. Hughes sitting there in the safety position, read Stauffenberg's eyes, broke the route, and took that one in for a score for Douglas.
Okay, now Hughes will try the extra points, and it's good. So now it's 14 Douglas and 0 Lander after that pick six.
An investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Back again at Bill Bush Stadium. Tigers reeling a little bit. 2 scores by Douglas in the last 49 seconds. And it's 14-0. One was a pick six by the quarterback and the kicker and the punter and the field goal kicker, Jackson Hughes.
And the safety. Getting the interception.
Yeah. Here's Hughes, comes up to the football. There's a long ball into the end zone. Lander will take over at their own 20.
And unfortunately for the Tigers, they did a great job against the Bearcats. The Bearcats have 3 turnovers. Tigers now have 2. And unfortunately, the Tigers weren't able to take advantage of the turnovers by the Bearcats and put points on the board. They got close, but both of the field goal attempts were missed wide left. Douglas taking advantage of the second turnover of the Tigers for the pick six. See if the offense can't get going and get another sustained drive. See if they can't get some points on the board before the end of the first half.
Coach John Scott was talking with Brennan Stauffenberg there on the sideline after that pick six. Let's see what he does. Here's a carry straight up the middle. It's going to be Zach Larvey, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Zach Larvey goes up to the 20-yard line. So that's no gain.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Tigers, the Bearcat defense have made them pretty much a one-dimensional team, shutting down any and all attempts on the ground, forcing them to throw it, something that you not necessarily want to do right off the bat after your quarterback throws a pick six.
Okay, we've got one receiver split out wide to the right side, one in the slot. Guena in motion. Back to pass Stauffenberg. He passes on the near side, caught and dropped. No gain on the play anyway. And it was LeClaire that caught that one.
That was good work by Luke Skeen on the man defense. LeClaire was able to have it initially. Skeen came in with the hit at the perfect time to force it down to the ground and incomplete.
Hey, down, please.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Okay, Stauffenberg had thrown 6 complete passes before the drops, and now he's had no completions now in the last 4 passes. Back to pass, big pressure, up ahead, no good. I don't know who that was intended for, Josh.
I think he was trying to hit the tailback there in the flat, but he threw it a little too high. And it looks like it was, I'm not sure who it was intended for. He's trying to hit the running back, but ended up hitting the lineman. Dropped down to the turf, be 4th and 10. Tigers will be forced to punt.
Matisse Weaver is back at his 5-yard line. And coming back for the Douglas Bearcats, we have Weir and Skeen. And they're back about the 38-yard line in their own territory. Tigers find themselves with their back to the wall all of a sudden. There's a very, very high kick. Bounces at the 45, rolls down to the 30-yard line, and it's going to be down right there at the 30. Good kick by Matisse Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver got a break there. The pressure was coming in, so he had to get rid of it. Went off the top of his foot at pretty much a pitching wedge angle. Luckily, it had forward spin instead of back spin, and so it'll take Douglas down to their own 30-yard line. 3:01 left in the second quarter. Douglas still has all 3 timeouts, so they have more than enough time to drive down the field and score for the end of the first half.
A 50-yard punt by Matisse Weaver. Receivers on each side, 1 man in the slot. Tigers have a 4-man defensive front. Hughes back to pass. Pass is caught. Nice Swifty move there, and he gets away from the defender, and coming down is Weir. Weir gets the gain, and it's going to be 6-7 yards on the play.
Yeah, just a quick play-action pass for Douglas. They've had a lot of formations where they could go either way, just like the Tigers have done. They do the play-action, and then it's a screen to the far side out in the flat. Good gain. They're ahead of the sticks. Be 2nd and short for the Bearcats.
2:31 to go. There's the handoff. Oh, that time the Tiger defense was right there. No gain on the play, maybe a yard loss, as carrying the ball was Ewing. We haven't called his name too much tonight, but the loss is going to be 1 yard back to the 37. Well, actually, it'll be no gain at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Ewing was the big guy for the Bearcats last week against Riverton. And that was a good tackle there by LeClaire, stuffing the hole, make it 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
Minute 50 to go, first half. Hughes rolls out the pass, little bubble screen on the near side to Skeen. He fumbles the ball and recovered by the Tigers, or are they going to call it out of bounds? Oh, they're going to call it out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Douglas. Well, that was really close. He jumped on it right at the end line.
Yeah, it was really close, but I don't think he was able to maintain possession before it hit the boundary. One of those where the ball doesn't have to be completely out of bounds, just the nose of it has to touch that white line of the boundary, and it will be Douglas football still.
So Hughes in the game has 5 pass completions. We'll total up those yardage here in a minute. Minute 42 to go. Douglas driving. They're at their own 47-yard line. In the gun, Hughes rolls to his left side. Still rolling. Fakes the pass. He's running, and he gets a first down and more down inside the 40-yard line. Well, there you go, Josh. We talked about his running ability, and that time he made something out of nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately there for the Tigers, they had plenty of people over there to cut him off, but he did a couple pump fakes, and the Tigers bid on it, getting off of their feet, trying to block the pass, which then Hughes can manipulate and use the juke moves as much as he wants. Be 1st down and 10 for the Bearcats, just a little over 90 seconds left. Bearcats still have all 3 timeouts.
16-yard carry that time by Jackson Hughes, 1st down and 10. He's in the gun, back at the 42. Quick bubble screen pass, that's going to be incomplete. Hit the ground. It was intended that time for Brock Pyle.
Yeah, trying to give it to Brock Pyle there on the quick little bubble screen, quick setup. You want to get rid of that pass quick because your linemen are going to immediately start breaking downfield. If they get too far ahead of the play, then you get ineligible receiver downfield as a penalty. But unfortunately for Hughes, he led his receiver a little bit too much there.
He's still in the gun. That's what they run mostly, is the shotgun offense. 1 man in motion, handoff goes to him, and that is Weir. Weir is caught. Oh, he breaks through a double tackle. He's going to be very close to the first down. What a run by Weir.
Tell you what, that was kind of a late a late block by Luke Skeen, but fortunately for the Tigers, or unfortunately for the Tigers, I should say, rather, he got there just in time that it knocked the hand tackle loose on the receiver on the sweep there, so he's able to break ahead for a first down. It's going to be a timeout taken by Douglas. We'll take it with him. We'll be back with more football here in 93.1 KFCW.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Back again at Bill Bush Stadium, a minute 17 seconds to go. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 yard, as that was a 9-yard play on that last run by Weir. And so the Bearcats come from their huddle with Jay Rhodes, and the Tigers come from their huddle with John Scott. Okay, on the near side. Under center, Hughes straight ahead for the first down.
Hughes
I think.
Yeah. Hughes is really good with that.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sneak. Oh.
I don't know. It's going to be really close. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. All right, a gain of 2 on the play. Goes down to the 26, and a hurry-up offense here by the Douglas Bearcats. Off to pass. Rolling to his left side. Pass it in the end zone all alone, and it's incomplete.
Oh, lucky break for the Tigers. Skeen just rolled out in the flat, and he kept going on the wheel route wide open for Hughes. Unfortunately, Skeen getting a little bit too excited. Couldn't haul it in as he was so wide open he couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the pass was a little behind him too, but still he should have had that one. Okay, Hughes re-enters the huddle after a chat with Jay Hughes, with the head football coach. Jay is his first name. Oh, goodness, Ernie. Okay, here we come up to the line of scrimmage in the gun. Man in motion. Hughes takes off running to the right side, stopped after a 2-yard gain at the 25. Another timeout by Douglas.
That was a great tackle by the Tiger lineman, number 58. Trying to get to my page here for the rosters. Anyway, a good time with the option there for Hughes. Hughes kept it himself. Cabrialis with the tackle for the Tigers.
Ernesto.
He was able to stay in his lane, keep what he needed to do. So far for the Tigers on defense, I mean, other than that long 80-yard run, they have done a great job of shutting down the Douglas run game, something that the Wolverines were not able to do last week. And in Douglas's homecoming game against Riverton, and the offense, they've had a couple of good drives so far in the first half. Unfortunately, they have not been able to come away with points as they had the 2 missed field goals by Weaver. You get rid of that pick 6 and that 80-yard pass, or the 80-yard run play. I mean, we've got pretty much still an even keel game. Fortunately for the Tigers, they haven't been able to get those big plays.
Yeah, and they let Douglas have the big plays. So, okay, 3rd down, 8 yards to go, 58 seconds left, first half. Jackson Hughes brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. Weir and Ewing in the backfield, in the eye. Back to pass, Hughes looks downfield, he's caught and sacked back at the 35-yard line. That was Zach Larvey, Josh, that caught him behind the line. First sack of the game by the Tigers.
Zach Larvey busting straight through the line of the Bearcats. Almost went untouched. Hughes had nowhere to go. He did his drop and he looked in front of him, realized that Larvey was right there in good form. Tackle forcing them back. Now it's going to be a little bit of a tricky call. It's kind of that middle gray area where it may be a little bit too long for Hughes' leg for a field goal, but a little too short for a punt.
11-yard loss on that last play. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the first half, and Lander jumps offside on the hard count. Yeah, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Tigers, and that is their 6th penalty of the game. And I tell you what, the hard count got him. Now it's 4th and 20. Are they going to try a field goal here? It would be a 50-some-odd yard field goal. Nope, 8 seconds to go here. Well, this will be it for the Bearcats. 4th down. They need 15 yards. Timeout on the play, and Douglas has taken their last timeout.
Looks like you're going to set up for the field goal to end the first half.
1 second left in the first half. Douglas scored on an 80-yard run by Skeen and a pick 6 by Hughes for 45 yards. Otherwise, the Lander defense has played really well. 2 little mistakes and 2 touchdowns, and now let's see if Douglas goes for that 3-pointer. They've got Hughes, of course, is the kicker. He's 1 for 4 this season in field goal kicking.
Almost full capacity crowd here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. The student section is about 3/4 of the way up the stands to our right. There's a lot of people in front of us, as you can tell by the multiple blockages. If you're watching the stream on YouTube or the Facebook page, I'll have to find a little higher perch point,
higher spot for
the camera.
Yeah.
See if I can get over the heads of everybody. But, you know, it's been, other than those couple big plays by the Bearcats, it has been a close game. Tigers have definitely done well. Unfortunately, they have not been able to take advantage of a couple big drives. See if Hughes will be able to put his toe to it for a field goal.
It's a 49-yard field goal. The mark is at the 39-yard line. Might be the 38. It looks like it's over. Here's the snap, the kick. It is not good. Way, way off to the left. And that's our halftime score. The Douglas Bearcats 14, the Lander Tigers nothing, and we'll be back.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to TetonTherapyPC.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month and use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all 4 wheels on the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Hi, I'm Mama. Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds and it can save your life.
Go Pokes, buckle up.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Okay, back at Bill Bush Stadium, just had a very nice presentation by the Lander Valley High School Marching Tiger Band. Let's take a look at some of our statistics here from the first half. The Douglas Bearcats had 173 yards rushing, 80 of those on that one rush by Skeen, 43 yards passing, 216 yards total offense. Lander Tigers had only 8 yards rushing, Josh. They had 81 yards passing, total of 89 yards, and then they had 40 return yards, so 129 yards total for the Tigers offense in the first half of play. Looking at the Douglas Bearcats, Jackson Hughes carried 5 times for 11 times. Skeen carried 4 times for 90 yards. Ewing 3 times for 18 yards. And Weir 1 carry for 9 yards. Hughes threw 6 passes. He was 5 for 6 in the passing department for 43 yards. The receiving, Weir had 2 catches for 22 yards, and Skeen had 3 catches for 21 yards. No return yards. For the Lander Tigers, Larvey carried the ball 4 times, 0 yard net gain. He had 1 loss for 5. Weaver had 5 carries for 13 yards in the game, and that was it for the Tigers on the ground. Stauffenberg, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of 15, so almost 15%. And Stauffenberg had 81 yards passing. Receivers, Brown had 3 catches for 13, 11, and 11 yards. Gwena had 3 catches for 3, 10, and 14 yards. LeClaire had 1 catch for 19 yards. Brown had 33 yards in return yardage, and Gwena 7 yards in return yardage. So that's the Tigers' 149-yard total offense here in the first half.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to tetontherapypc.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTAbuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month and use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTAbuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all four wheels on the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Josh Henninger with Ernie Over as we're looking at the 25-time straight state champion boys swim team making their annual lap around the field in their Speedos, as there's a great ovation by the almost full capacity crowd here at Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Looking at the keys the second half for the Tigers, they had a couple of good drives on offense. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get points on the board with two missed field goals by Weaver. Other than those two big plays, the 80-yard run by Skeen and the pick six by Hughes. I mean, we're looking at a pretty much even keel game. Both ground games, other than the big run, have pretty much been going nowhere, especially for the Tigers. I said they had about 50 yards rushing. 8 yards rushing. Oh,
8 yards rushing, 81 yards passing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
only 8 yards rushing. You got to do better than that.
Definitely. Even with the spread offense, where you're looking at more pass plays than runs, this 3-4 defense by Douglas, as they've been one of the best, if not the best in the state, at least in 3A. They've done really well going against the run game. Tigers have done a good job protecting Stauffenberg. I don't believe he's been sacked yet. Maybe one sack.
No sacks.
No, the Tigers got a sack. Douglas
the Tigers got a sack on Hughes. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the pressure by the Bearcats forced Braden Stauffenberg to throw that pick six to his quarterback counterpart who was playing safety. But overall, Tigers are doing good. Ernie, what do you think?
Well, it's been a very, very close game. As you mentioned, you take those two plays off the table, and we're scoreless here at halftime. But you have to leave those on the scoreboard. So it's 14-0, and Douglas will get the kick to start the second half. Lander won the toss, and they elected to receive at the start of the game, and they went nowhere on their first two series. And then they started to put the drives together and then got stopped by penalties and had two missed field goals attempt. Lander could have had a 6-0 lead in that first half, but both of Weaver's kicks went just a little bit wide to the left side, and here we are at halftime, 14-0.
Big thing for the Tigers is you want to try and get a stop here beginning of the second half, since Douglas will be receiving the kick. See if it can't get the offense back on the field. Even if they get a field goal, it'd still be good. It gives you a little bit of hope that you can at least score. against this stout Bearcats defense. But big thing for the Tigers, they need to try and get that run game going. Bearcats have done a great job of making the Tigers a one-dimensional team. And if you can do that to your opposing offense, odds are you're going to have a good game. This will be the first kickoff return for the Bearcats of the game. Hopefully, it is not the only one they have. So here with the call, second half. Ernie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Matisse Weaver about to kick off for the Tigers. And back deep we have Weir. And also back there is Jason Archuleta. But the kick by Matisse Weaver, as you just saw, for those of you watching on YouTube and the KFCW Facebook, went out of the end zone. So the Bearcats will start at their own 20 as we start the second 24 minutes of play here in Lander. And the sun's gone down. It's kind of turned a little chilly, hasn't it?
It was a little toasty getting here, getting set up. Now the sun's gone down. I had to pull out the handy dandy Carhartt jacket.
Okay, so here come the Douglas Bearcats up to the line of scrimmage. Football in the middle of the field. They're at the 20-yard line. Hughes in the gun, 2 men alongside him in the eye. There's the handoff, goes to Skeen. Skeen around the left side, gets a little bit of yardage, close to a first down, 7 yards, 8 yards maybe, before the Tiger defense stopped him. They're going to put it at the 27-yard line, 7-yard gain.
On that play, the entire offensive line of the Bearcats got a huge push. You look at it just weight-wise, looks like the Tigers are bigger, but the Bearcat line is definitely a little bit taller and showing the edge and the athleticism, making those blocks for Skeen.
Skeen and Weir back in the backfield. Back to pass is Hughes. There's a quick popper. It's intercepted at the 22-yard line. It's going to be a pick six. Oh, what a horse collar. That should be a flag.
There it is.
There's the flag.
Thank you.
Wow, great interception return by Jace LeClaire down to the 1-yard line. A turnover, and boy, that was a heck of a play by LeClaire. He just stepped right in front of that pass.
LeClaire sitting, dropping back in coverage from that outside linebacker position, sitting in the zone. Don't know whether it was a pure zone or maybe a quarterback spy. So he's following Hughes as he went out, and it's going to be a horse collar against the Bearcats. So it'll be half the distance to the goal, moving it from the 1-yard line to the half-yard line.
Well, the football is, I've got the glasses on it here, and it's like 13 millimeters from the goal line. You think we might see if he goes under center, a quarterback sneak here?
I would really hope so. Just keep it yourself. Push the pile forward.
Stauffenberg takes the snap and moves forward. Touchdown, Lander.
What a great start for the Tigers. Talking about trying to get something going for the momentum. Here in the crowd come to life. The fire trucks turning their sirens and lights on. Thank you, boys. The fellow brothers from Lander Volunteer Fire Department coming out.
That's right. You're a firefighter, aren't you?
Yeah, that I am.
All right.
Had fun in the homecoming parade earlier today. And Tigers, good. About the best start you can have the second half, making a one-score game.
Here's the PAT by Weaver. Weaver takes his 3-step drop off to the left side. Hold by Stauffenberg. The kick is up, and it is no good. He's missed all 3 of his kicks to the left. And so the score remains 6 for the Tigers, 14 for Douglas.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
11 minutes, 8 seconds to go here. Third period of play. Lander is now down by 8 as they missed that extra point, which is usually Mr. Automatic. And tonight he's missed 2 field goals and the 1 extra point. So I'm sure Matisse is going to be thinking about it on the sideline over there about what he needs to do. Okay, the Tigers are out. Matisse Weaver to kick it off, and going deep for Douglas. We have Weir and Archuleta. Weir and Archuleta are deep for Douglas. Now we need Matisse to put this out of the end zone again and not have a return. There's the whistle. He approaches the ball, and there's a high kick, and it goes down to the 10-yard line. It's dropped. Ball's on the ground. Douglas recovers at the 25-yard line, and that's one of those planned plays, Josh.
Yeah, talking to assistant coach Steve Sawtell, he gave us a little game plan on what they do, where it looks like it may just be a sky kick, but they are doing it with a scheme on the placement, almost like you would see in a volleyball game, with serving it into certain zones. Almost the 5th turnover for the Bearcats.
Yeah, and that was an end-over-end kick, and when they tried to field it, it popped right out of his hands. Under center now is Hughes, one of the few times. There's the pitch. Goes on the left side. Running with the football is Kelton Ewing, and Ewing gets it about a yard.
Kelton Ewing, the one that put the pelting to the Wolverines last week. Him and Hughes were the majority of the offensive yardage gain for the Bearcats. So far, Tigers have done a good job of keeping him under wraps. And Hughes as well, the only one that's been able to break through is Skeen. Good job forcing the play outside, getting past the edge, set, and corralling him towards the boundary.
Ewing has 4 carries for 19 yards. Now we've got receivers split wide on each side. One man in the motion. Hughes drops the football, and he is smothered. It's going to be a sack as he dropped the football.
That's going to be about the 3rd or 4th tackle for loss for the Tigers. The big sack that the Tigers had in the first half. Forget who it was that had that.
Back 22.
Larvey.
So that's
Larvey had it, yeah.
4-yard loss by Hughes. His first sack of the evening. And we just got a score in from Riverton at the end of the first quarter. It's Buffalo 7, Riverton 0 over at Wolverine Field. Cody Beers doing that game on KTAK 93.9. Okay, the Bearcats come out. Same formation. Receivers split wide on each side. There's the snap. Hughes back to throw. In the middle, he's got a wide open player. Caught by Case. Case goes ahead, but not for the first down. He's tackled short, but that was just a quick opener in the middle.
Yeah, it looked like the Tigers were in a zone defense. Hughes saw that there was nobody covering that middle zone. Just quick pass to his receiver in the slot. Tigers did a good job keeping the play in front of them. Will force the Bearcats to punt.
On 4th down and the line of scrimmage here, let's see, that's the 33-yard line. So that was only a 9-yard gain. Here's the snap. The punt is a nice high floater, and Gwynna gets it at the 20-yard line. He breaks 1 tackle. He can't break the second. He's up to the 26. So Gwynna gets 6 yards on the return for the Tigers. He's had 2 returns for 13 yards in the game. Josh?
One of the things that Coach Sawtell was telling us is this special teams unit for the Bearcats is almost as special as their, pun intended, my bad, didn't even realize. Anyway, they're almost just as good as that defense. If you've seen great coverage on the kickoffs, great coverage on the punts, as well as, like you mentioned from last year, the play that gave the Bearcats the win, a punt return for a touchdown.
Okay, Tigers break the huddle. Stauffenberg is under center. 2 receivers split out wide on each side. Here's the handoff, and it goes to Weaver, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Tiger offensive line has not been able to get any sort of push or any sort of traction down in the trenches, that even though the Bearcats only have a 3-man front, they bring those linebackers up. Either one of them comes in between the edge rushers, or they send the outside linebacker on different blitz packages. Majority of the time, you're going to see at least 4 rushers stopping the run really well for the Bearcats.
Weaver and Larvey in the backfield. Under center is Stauffenberg. There's the snap, back to pass. There's the quick pass. It's caught just short of the first down by Tisagueno.
Great job by the Tigers.
No, I'm sorry, that's Brown. That's 13, Brown.
Brown got it?
Yep.
Yeah, great job by Brown. He had a good curl route. He just sat there as Tigers hurry up the offense here.
9 yards on the play, and the quarterback is sacked. Well, you didn't want to see that.
No, that was a give to
It was
Weaver.
a 3rd and 1, and now it's a 4th and 5.
Yeah, Weaver with the carry, a quick handoff. Tigers are trying to catch the Bearcats off guard with the hurry up. Unfortunately, they were ready for it. Again, no drive, no pressure by the offensive line. Another tackle for loss for the Bearcat defense.
Ware and Archuleta are back deep, punting Weaver from about the 20-yard line. There's the kick. It's high, end over ender, and it's going to bounce at the 30-yard line. And there's the reverse handoff, and it's going to work for some yardage at the 50-yard line, at the 45-yard line, down to the 40-yard line. And that's Ewing, I believe.
Yeah, see that again for the Bearcats. They fake that reverse on the punt return both times. It's been a fake. The person who initially receives it keeps it, and this time they had good running lanes set up on the far side near the perimeter, and they just kept going. They will start with good field position on the Tiger side of the 50.
Yeah, they're at the 43-yard line in Lander territory. First down, 10 yards to go, 6:46 to go. They break the huddle out to the line of scrimmage. In the gun, Skeen is in the backfield. There's the handoff, faked, rush, and a sack by the Tigers. Kovapalo gets back there and does the sack.
Koivapalo coming off the edge, untouched again. He did a great job not falling for the fake. He kept with Hughes, pulling him down, a little bit of a stare down there at the end. The Tiger defense flexing their muscles here in the second half.
Well, you know, that was an important stop for the defense, as it's now 2nd and 22 to go. Twin receivers to the left. In the gun, Hughes. Skeen with him there. There's the pass. Pass goes down, caught and down. The carrying it was Kelton Ewing. The pass to Ewing.
Koivapalo almost had back-to-back big plays there. Looks like he read the screen, so he stayed outside. Unfortunately, the ball was just over his hands. He just about had that one for a pick. Probably still be running.
2-yard gain, 3rd down, 20 yards to go for Douglas. Hughes splitting out, looking to throw, downfield. He's got a man, in and out of the hands of Kobe Case, incomplete, and it's 4th down. And a flag down in the backfield.
It doesn't look good. I'm hoping it's not against the Tigers for roughing the passer.
Well, we will see shortly. Well, let's see. The officials are huddling in the center of the field. They're all coming together there. The flag was dropped at the 39-yard line in Douglas territory. The pass was incomplete, intended for Case. Long 40-yard pass. And let's see. It's going to be against the Tigers. and it will not be a first down. They're going to move the ball to the 38-yard line. That is a big penalty for the Tigers, a 15-yarder personal foul against the Tigers, and they don't indicate what kind it is. Well, you had them fourth down. Now it's fourth down instead of 20. It's much easier. It's fourth down and about 5. Fourth down and 5. Okay, the Lander fans stomping their feet on these aluminum bleachers to make some noise. Hughes all alone in the backfield. Now he's back there with Case. Man in motion is Case. Whistle. And we have what? A false start?
Looks like it.
I've never seen that elbow motion, though, by the official. 5 yards, false start. Well, that makes it fourth down and 10. And it looks like, I don't know what it looks like. Is Hughes going to punt it away?
Looks like it, yep.
He's back in deep punt formation. Tissa Gwynna for the Tigers is back at the 10-yard line. Hughes is the quarterback and the kicker. There's the pooch kick. And it lands at the 20, takes a huge bounce, and is going to be down inside the 5. Going to be down at the 5-yard line. So a nice kick by Hughes, and Lander will take over at their own 5-yard line.
Talking about that special teams unit for the Bearcats, they've done great work on the coverage. You saw it again there. Plenty of guys up front. Good roll on that little pooch kick by Hughes. Tigers did a good job, too, getting away from it so they didn't have an accidental contact. That would then make it a live ball where Douglas could capture it to continue their drive. 5:10 left here in the third quarter. Tiger defense has been able to put a stop to the Bearcats. See if the offense can take advantage, get a score on the board.
Well, the Tigers in deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line. And now we have Stauffenberg under center. Man in motion to the right side. The handoff goes straight up the middle. Nothing doing, no gain there. Douglas had that read as Larvey tried to take the handoff and go up the middle, but no gain.
It's one of those things that the Tigers are down deep in their own zone, but they have had no luck with the running game whatsoever. I would try to go with a single receiver, quick timing route, 3-step drop, see if you can't get some breathing room.
All right, split ends, wide out to one side, flanker to the left. Larvey in the backfield. Now Kovapalo in motion. Back to pass. There's the pass downfield short. Underthrown at the 12-yard line. Intended for Gwynna. Incomplete. Third down.
3rd and 10 for the Tigers. It looked like a good setup. There was pressure coming from the far side of the Bearcats. Stauffenberg looked like he had to change his arm action there where he's trying to throw it more over the top to get it around the outreached arm of the Bearcat defender. See if the Tigers can dial something up and get a conversion here on 3rd down.
Stauffenberg consults with Coach John Scott on the sideline. They come out. Here's a receiver. We have Brown split out on the near side. Gabe Harris on the left. One man in the slot. Now Gwynna in motion. Long count. Back to pass. There's the pass to Harris. Harris breaks one tackle, breaks another, but he doesn't get the first down. But, Josh, that's a pretty good gain anyway, up to about the 13-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 8 yards on the play. But not enough for the first.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ernie. Setting everybody out wide, trying to do the quick screen. The Bearcats were set in a man defense. They were able to sit back. They knew what was coming. They read it very well, kept everything in front of them, knew that they had plenty of room to gain without getting the Tigers a first down. And the Tigers will be forced to punt deep in their own side of the field.
Ewing and Weir, W-E-H-R, Weir are back at midfield. From the end zone, there's the punt. It's a high end-over-end punt, and it's caught. There goes that fake handoff again. That's not a fake. This time coming with it is Weir. Weir's all the way inside the 30, inside the 25, and setting up Douglas in great field position.
Looks like that one's going to be coming back with either a hold or a block in the back against the Bearcats. Got a flag down
at the 46, yeah.
46. So
and it is coming back, so the Tigers get a break here as another penalty goes against the Douglas Bearcats. A block in the back. So let's see. Douglas has been penalized 25-30, 45-50. This is their 60th yard in penalties for the Bearcats. So it'll be first down and 10 yards to go from the 41-yard line. Clock at 3:24, third period. Case in motion. Back to pass is Hughes. He hands it off on the near side. There's a lot of running room. First down carry and more. Going down at the 20-yard line, the 15 and out of bounds. That is Ewing. Ewing with the big drive. It was just a jet sweep there on the right side, Josh.
Yeah, taking the handoff, Ewing did a great job of seeing where his blocks were. The Douglas offensive lineman on the near side as well as the receiver did a really good job setting their blocks. A huge running lane on the perimeter where they always say if you can set that edge and get your running back out to the perimeter, odds are you're going to have a huge, huge gain on the ground. That's exactly what they had. Setting the ball up in the red zone for Douglas will be first and 10 at the Tiger 14-yard line.
37-yard scamper that time for the Bearcats. Ewing. There's the handoff to Hughes. I think that's a busted play, but Hughes is going to make it down. Another flag comes down. Yep, we've got another flag. And it's going to be against the Tigers, I think, for roughing in the backfield there. Hughes mishandled the snap. Well, let's see what the call is going to be. No, Douglas is moving backwards, so I missed it. What do we have here?
Probably holding call.
It's a holding call against... So that's now 70 yards in penalties against Douglas.
Another one of those where we saw in the first half the Tigers were doing a really bad job of shooting themselves in the foot. Now it looks like the Bearcats are doing that with the couple of big penalties back-to-back on big plays and that interception to lead the second half as well.
3 minutes to go. They're in the offset eye. Receivers on each side. Hughes rolls to his left, looking to pass. Now he's going to tuck it. Now he passes inside the 5-yard line. The full ball gets away, and they're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Ooh.
Well, the Tigers got kind of sort of break there. If it had been a complete pass, they would have had the ball back at the 5-yard line again, but instead it's going to be third down.
Third and about 22.
I think it's third.
Yeah, I think so.
Second down.
Or second
Nope,
down.
they say second down. Okay, so it's an incomplete pass. Hughes has missed on, he's had 1 of 3 in his last attempts, and the football goes all the way back to the 28-yard line.
Bang, bang play there, just a little bit too soon for the ball to come out to have possession to be a fumble.
Skeen, the only man in the backfield under center. Hughes rolls. There's the handoff. Goes right up the middle. The Tigers, good defense, stock him right there at the 25-yard line. And we have a player down for the Tigers. But the gain that time goes to the 25-yard line. So that is a 3 yards on the play.
Make it third and double sticks for the Bearcats. Tigers did a good job of just corralling the ball handler there on the draw play to the running back. Bearcats maybe just trying to chip away, get a little bit of yardage this time, and a little bit more for the for a shorter field goal attempt. Looks like it might be a little bit longer time getting the player off the field. So we'll go.
They're picking him up right now. It's Kovapalo, and the trainer, Paige Nolan, is out there. Kovapalo is up, and he's walking a little gingerly back to the sideline. Coach Scott has him by the elbow there, and so it is going to be third and 18 for Douglas.
Tiger defense needs to come up with a big stop here, put them right where they need them on this third down play. They may play it safe and just give it to the running back, keep the ball in the middle of the field, set it up for good yardage for Hughes for the field goal attempt, or maybe go for broke with the pass play, try and get a first down.
Okay, Hughes up to the line of scrimmage in the gun. Skeen, who hasn't carried here in the second half, is on his right shoulder. Back to pass is Hughes. Long pass in the end zone, touchdown!
That was a great play by Hughes.
Brock Pyle catches the ball for the touchdown with 2:17 to go on a third down play.
Brock Pyle, one of the tallest guys out on the field for either team. Tigers look like they're in a prevent zone defense. There's nobody in the middle. Pyle saw it, found the soft spot in the zone. Hughes put it up high for him, a 50-50 ball. Pyle goes up, high points it, gets a touchdown as the PAT attempt is good. Bearcats take a 2-score lead, 21-6 here in the third quarter. We'll be back after this with more Tiger football here on 93.1 KFCW and on YouTube on the Wow Today YouTube page.
Welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her mama made them. And the mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth, and yes, I would definitely come back.
Home cooking like you've never tasted before. 260 Grandview Drive in Lander.
Come on down to Grandma's.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Josh Henninger with Ernie over in the homecoming 2021 game for the Lander Tigers go against Douglas Bearcats as Douglas is ready to kick off after the touchdown pass to Pyle.
Here's the approach by Hughes, and it's a high end-over-ender. It's going to go down to Gwynna at the 3-yard line. He moves to his left-hand side, breaks one tackle, but not the second. He's down at the 17, and it'll be a 17-yard return by Gwynna.
Gwynna a little bit indecisive there. He initially had a running lane. He liked it, and then he saw that hole closed up pretty quick. Wasn't quite sure which way he wanted to go. I saw him pull back just a little bit on the speed. One of those you want to see him just kind of, even if he doesn't see a big running lane, hit the hole hard and see if he can't squirt through.
Okay, let's see what the Tigers come out with. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third. They trail 21-6 on our Tigers scoreboard. We have trips off to the right side, no one on the left side. There's the snap. It's going to be a keeper. And nice run by Stauffenberg. He goes across the 30 up to about the 34. 24. Or no, that's the 20 to the 24. So he's going to get about 5 yards on the play. That's his second carry of the game for 6 yards. And it moves it up to the 23.
One of the only times I've seen in this so far in the game where the offensive line for the Tigers was able to get the push against the Bearcats. Good first down play, make it second and manageable. One of those where you want to try and get 4 to 5 yards on first down and make it easier to get that first down conversion.
90 seconds to go here in the third period. Larvey in the backfield with Stauffenberg. 2 men split out. Back to pass. There's a pass by Stauffenberg. Caught for the first down at the 30-yard line. And that is, I can't see the number. Josh, was that Gwynna?
That's Gwynna, yep.
Yeah, they've got black numbers on at night. So a first down, and that goes, let's see, they were at the 23. It goes to the 31. So that is a nice 7-yard gain on the play. and a completed pass. Gwynna now has 4 completed catches for the Tigers. Okay, they'll split out to the left side this time. Big Cody Cunningham anchoring the middle of that line. Back to pass again is Stauffenberg. Long pass down court, and it is almost intercepted and then caught by Gwynna as the ball hit the defender. And now it looks like we have maybe a little. That's Harris out there. Gabe Harris looks like he's got a little bit of a.
Maybe, I don't know.
Jackson Hughes was there helping him. The trainer comes out. That's Paige Nolan. And he is grimacing as he walks. Now he's trying to run. I think he cramped up that time, Josh.
Cramped up, maybe pulled something, but great look there by Stauffenberg. He saw that it was one-on-one coverage. The single high safety was the only one that was left. If he'd thrown that a little bit sooner for the safety cheated up, he might have been able to complete that pass. It's thrown just a little bit behind. It was tipped up by Hughes. Unfortunately, the receiver was not able to go up and grab it after it went off the hands of the receiver.
There's the pass, and we don't get anything there. The receiver was Stauffenberg. Had a loss on the play. 24 seconds to go. And the clock's going to run down. We got 19 seconds to go in the period. And that was a loss of 3 on that play. Okay, 2 seconds, 1 second. Then they made him jump. Flag right at the end of the third period. We'll get a penalty against Douglas. And that'll be the end of the third period of play. And the score, Douglas 21 and Lander 6.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Okay, so we have a 5-yard penalty that's going to be assessed against Douglas for an offside on the last play of that period. So the teams are changing sides now, and the officials move the ball back 5 yards, but now they realize we got to change ends of the field, Josh.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion at the end there. Wasn't quite sure what happened first, whether it was the horn going off for the end of the quarter or the offsides. Looks like they're going to give the Tigers the offside from Douglas. It'll make that 3rd and 7 or 8, 3rd and 3.
Well, it was 3rd and 8, so it should be 3rd and 3. They're looking now to see where they're going to mark it. One of the officials on the far side is helping the chain gang over there. Okay, so the Tigers are going to have the ball at the 33-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down. Well, they still say it's 3rd and 8.
No.
Well, they called an offside penalty on Douglas, but they never moved the ball.
So
maybe it was the quarter that ended first. Okay, 3rd down. Wait, now. The officials are...
Chains still are not set correctly.
No, the chains aren't set yet. And it was the coach from Douglas that come over and said, hey, wait a minute, guys, you haven't got this right. And so now they're resetting the chains. Tigers have it at the 33-yard line. Yeah, it's 3rd down and 8. So that must have been the end of the quarter instead of the offside penalty. So Stauffenberg goes back in the gun all by himself out there. And there's the snap. The pass downfield is almost caught. Boy, that was a pretty hefty leap there for the ball, and that was, who was it? I'm trying to catch his number here. It was intended for Brown, 13.
Yeah, big rush there by the Bearcats. One of the things I noticed looking at the game from last week against Wolverines, Bearcats almost every single third down will send in a blitz, and it was successful again on that one, forcing Stauffenberg to throw that one earlier than he wanted to.
Ewing and Weir are back at the 30-yard line in their own territory. Weaver will punt from about the 23. There's the punt, high, spiral, takes a nice lander bounce. It's still bouncing, and it's going to be down at the 21-yard line. So nice punt by Weaver, and it'll be first down and 10 for Douglas.
Good punt there by Weaver. Unfortunately, he hasn't had the same luck with the field goal tries and the point after touchdown. Had that been the case, the Tigers would be down by one score at this point, something to keep track of as this game's kind of going back and forth. That's 7 points off the board that the Tigers could potentially have. That would make it a 21-13 game. With the fourth quarter just getting started, being a one-possession game, be a lot better standing for the Tigers.
Okay, flanker on one side, split end on the other. Hughes has to go to the ground to pick up the football. He's being chased on the far side, tackled for a loss, way back at the 15-yard line. Nice rush there by Harris for the tackle.
Yeah, Gabe Harris getting the sack for the Tigers. That's going to be the third sack for the Tigers on the Bearcats. Hughes rolling to his right. The Tigers have done a great job of keeping him contained to where he cannot get past the perimeter and get just scrambled downfield as he tries to make up yardage when the coverage is good in the secondary.
Fourth straight sack of the game by Jackson Hughes. There's the pitch on the right side. There's some running room, and he's going to make the first down and more. Still going at the 40, 45, 50, and finally caught and brought down. And running on the ball was Kelton Ewing again. I thought they had him back at the 30, and he just kept going, Josh.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Tigers were not able to wrap up and keep him contained on the arm tackles.
Flag.
All
right, so we get another penalty against the Bearcats. That'll be a holding, and that'll wipe off that really nice run by Ewing.
That may have been why he was able to get out.
Well, you know, you wonder about those things when you have a nice hole there. How did that hole be created? Okay, half the distance to the goal now, and they're going to put the ball down at the 8-yard line. So that penalty is good for 6 yards, and they go second down. They've got about 22 to go, 23 to go. Second and 23. Okay, here they come out. They're in the dark corner here at Bill Bush Stadium. Hughes is under center. Fakes the handoff. Now he gives it and a Skeen, and he breaks away across the 20, 25, almost the 30-yard line. Another big run that time by Ewing. I'm sorry, it wasn't Skeen, it was Ewing. You know, they haven't given the ball to Skeen at all this half.
Hughes did a great job on the fake out to the running back in the flat on the pitch play. He fakes the pitch, gives it to the up man who goes straight up the gut. Tigers had nobody there to block him.
15-yard gain. Here's the attempt for first down, and they get it. And the carry is going to be all the way to the 35-yard line. That'll be a first down and 10. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they're going to give him the first down, but they're going to give it to him at the 32-yard line. So Ewing carries again. Quick play. Here's the pass, the pitch, and the runner falls down, and a flag comes down. And running the ball that time was Ewing.
Ewing ran into the back of his own offensive lineman, who then put a hold on that same player as he tried to recover the mistake. It's still going to be a loss. just depending on if the Tigers decide to take the loss on the play and make it second about 14, or take the holding penalty and make it first and 20.
No, they're going to take the penalty. Yeah. Yeah, and coming off the play for the Tigers was Wesley Downs. No, that's not right. Wesley is not suited up. It was 75. That was Cody Cunningham. Lost his helmet on that play. So the ball goes all the way back now to the 17-yard line. Back to pass is Hughes. Hughes looks. Now he runs to his left, scrambling, looking. Now he's going to take the ball and run out of bounds, and another flag comes down. Boy, we've had a lot of laundry here tonight.
I don't know what happened there. They blew the play dead before Hughes went out of bounds.
Yeah, I know. That was the flag and the whistle. I thought that was a little unusual. Now let's see what this call is going to be. All right.
And hopefully with the inadvertent whistle, it doesn't cancel out the penalty.
Well,
because they definitely blew the play dead before Hughes went out of bounds. He didn't throw the ball.
Right.
He hadn't been tackled yet. He wasn't in the clench of a Tiger defender.
So we have another huddle. Douglas has been penalized 9 times tonight, and the Tigers 7 times. So kind of a sloppy played game in terms of the penalties by both teams. Well, the officials are still there talking. As you so aptly noted, the whistle blew before Hughes ran out of bounds.
Even Hughes, when he was done, he kind of turned back and looked at him like, why'd you play that?
And the
blow
flag
that dead so early?
The flag was on the far side of the field at about the 15. So now let's see what the call is going to be. 9:40 to go in the game. 21-6 Douglas. Okay, here comes the verdict.
Cue the Jeopardy
Oh, they're going to go
music.
over and talk to the coaches.
Okay.
Jay Rhodes comes out on the field, and the umpire is talking with him. And let's see. No one's coming over to talk to John Scott, so I'm not sure what they're going to call here.
Yeah, the big thing that trying to figure out what's going on is because of that inadvertent whistle. Because when the whistle blew, Hughes was not out of bounds yet. Everybody kind of just stopped because they heard the whistle, and everybody turned back trying to figure out what happened. The penalty, even if it was a holding or whatever, does not institute an instant stoppage of play when it was already in motion. So, unfortunately, we're just trying to figure out alongside with you listening or watching.
I've got the glasses on Jay Rhodes, and he has a big smile on his face, so I don't know if they're trading stock secrets out there or, lining up dinner after the game or what, but here comes the decision, the long-awaited decision.
Now Coach Scott gets the...
now Coach Scott gets the other. All right, let's put the glasses on and see. Coach Scott has his hands behind his back, and the official is explaining. I don't have any emotion coming here from either guy, so whatever this is, it's going to be a very interesting call because there was that inadvertent whistle. And the referee is now using hand gestures to explain the call.
I would go to guess that with the expanded description that it's probably not going to be a call that's in the favor of the Tigers.
And it looks like Lander's moving back. So let's see. The flag was at the 22. And let's see what the referee hasn't made the signal yet, but everyone's moving. Let's see what he has to say. Well, I can't see the signal. Can you, Josh?
He's not signaling anything.
An unsportsmanlike? Is that what that was? His hands were stretched out?
No, it almost looked like an illegal shift on... There's no such thing as illegal shift on defense.
Well, they're moving the ball ahead to the 38-yard line where it'll be second down and 4 for Douglas. Not really sure what happened that way. Here's the snap and the handoff. Goes straight ahead to Skeen, and he gets a first down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That's the first time he's carried the ball, Josh, in this half.
Tigers did a really good job in the first half and in the third quarter of wrapping people up and getting good sound tackles. I don't know what's going on with the colder weather. They're getting tired or what, but they can not make that initial tackle all of a sudden where they were so good at it in the beginning of the game.
So they are now at the 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Hash mark on the near side, 9.5 minutes to go in the game. There's the pitch, comes on the near side. A lot of running room. Carrying the ball down court is Ewing. Ewing knocked out of bounds inside the 40. Well, they say at the 41. Another first down. So that goes from the 47 to the 41. That's 12 yards on the carry by Ewing.
Clock operator for the Tigers, given the little home team advantage, keeping them as much time as possible. Not seeing the referee wind the clock. There's an extra about 5 seconds there.
Yeah, they haven't wound the clock since the start of the last play. Okay, here we go. Receivers on each end. Hughes, for one of his rare times under center, fakes the pitch, handoff on the direction, and nothing doing, and a flag again.
Looks like another hold against the Bearcats.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's see what this thing is now. I've never seen that signal before that the referee gave last time, so I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure what that was.
We have holding against Douglas. So they're going to mark that off. That's another penalty. Holy cow, they've been penalized, 10 times tonight?
They've almost got as many penalty yards as they do rushing yards.
Okay, so it's at the 49. It's first down and 20 for the Bearcats. 9 minutes to go. Clock is now running. Didn't stop on the penalty. Hughes rolls to his right side. Play is blowing dead. Another penalty for false start. This will just be a 5-yarder. Holy cow. Let's see. We have 3, 6, 9, 10 penalties against Douglas and 3, 6, 7 against Lander.
Douglas shooting themselves in the foot a bunch second half. Tigers did it in the first half. Now Douglas is doing it in the second half. It's first down and forever from just about Douglas for the Bearcats.
Yeah, first down and 25 from Milford. Okay, it's at the 44-yard line now with the penalty. There's the snap, rolls out to his right side. Play action, there's the pass downfield all alone. Caught is Case, and he's down inside the 45-yard line.
Hughes moving over to his right. He was avoiding the rush there on the interior lineman of the Tigers. Looked downfield, saw that there was an open man with Case. Case seems to be the one that's usually open the most when Hughes has to improvise on the coverage. The Tigers are doing a great job of keeping those receivers intact, but when it comes to the improv and ad-lib, on both the receivers and the defenders, sometimes those guys run across the field will get lost in transition, make it 2nd and 12 for the Bearcats.
10-yard gain on the play. One man in motion is Case. Back to pass is Hughes. He hands it off. Handing it off on the far side. It's Ewing again, and he gets close to the first down before he's finally hauled down by the Tigers secondary. And they're going to call him down at the 33-yard line. So that's a nice gain on the play.
That extended draw play for the Bearcats, they're doing a great job. Hughes is doing a good job of selling it, making it look like he's going back for the pass. The running back stays back there for the draw, and he's got plenty of running lanes to choose from as his offensive line is doing a great job setting up blocks, he's able to bounce it outside for another good gain.
Tigers need a stop here if they want to get back in this game. They trailed by 2 touchdowns, 21-6. And Lander jumps offside, no flag. Hughes in the gun. Long count, he almost gets him to jump again. Now we have a penalty flag on the field, and it's going to be false start. So now we have 11th penalties against the Douglas Bearcats. Josh, it's getting a little cold here too, isn't it?
It's getting a little chilly. I had to stand up because the bottom was getting cold on the metal bleachers. But another penalty, big penalty for the Bearcats. Shoots him in the foot, making a 3rd and short to a 3rd and long. See if the Tigers can get a stop on defense and get a score in as we're just about halfway through the 4th quarter.
Douglas runs up to the line of scrimmage, under center. Hughes pitches back on the near side, jet sweep, and they've got the first down and more. Ewing all the way down to the 20-yard line. They're going to call him out of bounds, and there's another flag on the play.
Got a flag down and a Bearcat down, having a little bit of hard time getting up.
That was Skeen who was down on the play. We have a block in the back.
That's what it looked like. He just motioned to the Tiger sideline.
6:24 to go. Douglas has been great in running time off the clock. It's against Lander, and that's going to be a first down for Douglas as the Bearcats are chewing up the yardage here in the 4th quarter. So let's see what the call is. Now the officials are huddling again. The one official looks like he's going to mark it off against Douglas, but I don't know. First signal was against Lander. Second signal they haven't made yet. Now the official turns around, and he walks off against Lander, blocking the back against the Tigers. So that's a big penalty. And for Lander, that's their 8th penalty of the game, I believe. So the penalty gives it first down, 10 yards to go, and they are at the 12-yard line. At the 12 with 6:24.
So there's 2 or 3 calls we've seen. I've never in any level of football seen a block in the back on
the defense. Well, the official is talking over with John Scott right now because that's exactly his argument. How can you call a block in the back on the defense? But they did. So let's see. They're having a pretty heated argument down there. John Scott turns around.
He's still not happy.
No, he's not happy. He walks back to the sideline. Well, here we go. Douglas can put this thing away for good. They're at the 12-yard line. Receivers split wide on each side, in the eye, under the gun. There's the handoff, and it goes, was that Ewing again, 28? Yep, it was Ewing again on the carry.
Weaver had a great tackle there, getting through the offensive line of the Bearcats, wrapping him up as soon as he met him, and kept it to a short gain, making sure he didn't squirt through that initial tackle.
2-yard gain on the play by Ewing. And he now has 75, 87, 98. He has 100 yards rushing unofficially. 5.5 minutes to go. Clock is rolling here in Lander. Chilly night, homecoming, biggest crowd of the year for the Tigers. And there's a fumble. Fumble on the play, snap. I believe Hughes got it right back, and he did.
Biggest thing for the Bearcats is they've had no ball security, as they have either 4 or 5 turnovers. Unfortunately, the Tigers have 3 turnovers as well. And the only difference in this game is the Bearcats have been able to come away with scores on turnovers where the Tigers have not been able to, other than the interception that LeClaire had.
3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Bearcats. Time against the Tigers. We're down to 5 minutes to go. In the gun, rolling to his right side. Play action pass in the end zone, incomplete. Off the hands of the receiver, so it'll be 4th down and 9.
Good coverage there for the Tigers. They got the rush. They didn't break down too much, giving Hughes a big cutback lane, and the defense had great coverage as well on the receiver. It was a tight window that Hughes had to throw it to, and the receiver was unable to bring it in. Be 4th and 10 for the Bearcats.
And we've had a play without a penalty here. How unusual is that?
Only about 3rd or 4th one in the entire second half.
Yeah. Okay, up to the line. Douglas really runs up to the line of scrimmage. They come up with a lot of energy. There's the pitch. Goes to Ewing on the right side. Ewing has the fumble knocked away. Tigers recover in the end zone, I believe. The ball was knocked away.
Yep, touchback. Tigers recovered.
Yeah, the Tigers recovered in the end zone. And the Tigers will get the ball at the 20-yard line. I didn't see who hit, but boy, that ball just flew out of there into the end zone. The Tigers were right there to fall on it.
Yeah, I don't know if the helmet got in there on the ball that popped it out, or somebody came from behind and punched it out with the strip attempt. But either way, he was either going to be stopped well short of the goal line, or the Tigers were going to recover it. Luckily, Tigers were able to recover the fumble in the end zone. That's going to be I believe the 6th turnover for the Bearcats.
Let's see. I've got them actually for 4, but I think I forgot to write some of them down.
Yeah, 6 or 5.
Yeah,
one of the
5
two.
or 6. Yeah, 4:40 to go. Tigers will have the ball. First down at 10. Jace Leclerc came out of the game, and he went right to the sideline to the trainer, so he got a little bump on that play. So now John Scott is chatting with one of the officials long distance, now calls a timeout, and he's calling the referee over again.
Timeout, Tigers.
No, I guess he's just calling his team over. Let's take a break.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
I'm Bo Clark, coach of the University of Wyoming rodeo team, reminding you that putting on a seatbelt doesn't take 8 seconds, and it can save your life.
Go folks, buckle up.
I want to remind you the Central Wyoming College Rustler Roundup Rodeo is underway this weekend at the county fairgrounds over in Riverton. I think we have a little jawing going on here between the two teams, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Tigers need to come up with a quick score and a stop on defense in order to get them back into this game.
4:40 to go. Stauffenberg back in the... Oh, he loses the ball on the snap. It's in the end zone. Touchdown for Douglas. He lost the snap, and the ball rolled down into the end zone, and it's a touchdown, Douglas.
Big turnover for the Tigers. We just mentioned right before that the Tigers had the advantage in the turnover differential. Now it's about even, and this big one for the Tigers will pretty much put the nail in the coffin as Douglas lines up to extend the lead. And that one is snapped over the head of the holder. Hughes has it. He's going to throw it downfield. It's going to be... Oh,
it's caught for the two-point conversion. Holy smokes, what a play. That reminds me of when the Bills lost that game to the Cardinals.
Yeah. Hail Murray, as they called it.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness. Broken play. Hughes gets it. Luckily, your quarterback is also the place kicker. And there is at least 3 Tiger defenders over there, and the only Bearcat that was in the area caught it. 2-point conversion. Douglas is ahead 29-6.
You know, the coaches will tell you, Josh, that when you've got a ball like that, knock it down.
Yeah.
Don't try to catch it. Knock it down.
Do just like volleyball. Put your hands up for the block and knock it straight down to the turf.
Well, this one is just about over except for the tears for the Tigers and the big crowd starting to file out now. 29-6 on the fumble recovery in the end zone. And Douglas will win they've won 15 of the last 16 games against the Tigers. That's a pretty good streak.
That is definitely a pretty good streak. And if they didn't have to have that
turnover is costly.
Well, that, and then if they didn't have to give up that game or forfeit that game to Torrington, they'd probably be sitting at 5-0 right now.
Yeah, they would be. Oh, they lost to Powell.
Or lost to Powell,
that's right. Yeah. Okay, Hughes to kick it off from the 40-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go here. Just 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Here's Hughes. And away it goes to Gwinna at the 4-yard line. He cuts to his right side, breaks one tackle, breaks another. Whoa, did you see that?
That was a face mask.
Yeah, that was a face mask, but I don't see a flag. Boy, he got pulled down. And the Lander bench is, we'll let the crowd explain that.
Wow.
They jerked his head around and pulled him down, and no flag. So the Tigers will have the ball at the 25-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Well, that could have been a game breaker there for the Tigers.
Definitely everything has pretty much gone Douglas's way here in the second half. Unfortunately for the Tigers, see if they can't put a drive together, build some momentum.
That's right.
Going into the rivalry game next week against Riverton. But again, Tigers, they cannot get anything going on offense.
Okay, here we go. In the gun is Stauffenberg. There's the handoff to Larvey, and he's horse-collared down, and there's the flag. Well, it was a play late, but these things kind of even up, don't they, Josh?
It does, in the long run. In the end, had he not pulled him down from behind, it looked like that was 56 Cale Matthews.
Yeah.
That was the guilty party on that one.
Yeah, and there goes the face mask penalty. So that is now what, let me count these up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 penalties against the Douglas Bearcats. 4:18 to go. And the clock is moving again. Well, I tell you what, the Tigers gave up some big plays tonight, and that was the difference in this game. Otherwise, it was pretty darn close.
Yeah.
All right, there's Stauffenberg, rolls to his right. Long pass downfield. Brown is there. He catches the ball down at the 3-yard line. Oh, great catch by Jonah Brown. And the Tigers are knocking on the door with 3:48 to go. So that pass goes from the 25. There's 25. There's 50. There is 55, 60, 65, 67 yards on the play.
Huge pass.
Nice play.
Saw the single coverage. He kind of just put up a prayer. Ended up being double coverage as the safety came over to help. And fortunately, it went right into his hands, right in the breadbasket. Almost put it in for a touchdown.
Okay, Tigers at the 3, knocking on the door in the gun. And he drops the ball. Stauffenberg couldn't handle the snap. And, I mentioned this just a little bit ago. It's really cold out here, and I guess these guys are getting cold hands. Well, the loss is all the way back for the Tigers to the 7-yard line, or 8-yard line.
I don't know whether it was cold hands, but it looked like he was looking to his left where he was going to run before he got the ball in all the way. Got to look the ball in first before you figure out where you're going to go. Step one, then step two. Don't try and put them one in front of the other too quick.
Well, it goes from a 1st and 3 to a 2nd and 8. Twin receivers on the left, one receiver on the right. 2 men in the backfield. Stauffenberg in the gun. Pats his helmet. There's the clap. Here's the pass. He's under pressure, and down he goes. Huge loss on the play. Back to the 23.
Cale Matthews making up for that face mask call just a little bit ago. Gets the first sack for the Bearcats. Looks like Stauffenberg tried to make an audible on a wide receiver route. Unfortunately, maybe should have picked up on the coverage a little bit, and the Bearcats were able to come through with that strong edge pressure and bring Stauffenberg down, make it 3rd and goal from the 22.
3rd and goal from the 22. They had the ball at the 3, but they don't anymore. Weaver spread out wide with Gwena on the left side. Brown on the near side. Back to pass. Stauffenberg has a pass, and it's incomplete. It was well underthrown. It was intended for Matisse Weaver, and the ball fell harmlessly at about the 2-yard line, and Weaver was already in the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like Weaver was on a double move there, and either miscommunication by Stauffenberg or by Weaver. Stauffenberg threw it like he was going to sit there and come back, but Weaver did the double move on the little hesitation and then heading back to the corner. Luckily for the Tigers, it dropped harmlessly down to the turf.
Okay, 4th down. Let's see what the Tigers do. It's 4th and goal from the 22. They're not going to do a field goal here. They're going to launch it to the end zone. Now they call timeout. And we'll take one as well.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Welcome back to Bill Bush Memorial Stadium. Josh Henninger with Ernie Over as we are towards the end of the Tiger homecoming. 2021 Douglas Bearcats are going to win back-to-back homecoming games. They won their homecoming last week against Riverton Wolverines, and they have been able to put that stout defense and effective special teams against the Tigers to spoil the homecoming for them. Got just under a minute and a half left. Douglas leads 29-6.
Okay, Tigers, they got to go to the end zone here. It's 4th and goal. Okay, look, everyone is on the outside now. Okay, here comes Stauffenberg, and he heaves it down there. Huge pressure by Carl Matthews. And that's going to be it as Stauffenberg gets slammed to the ground there. And the rush was incredible there that time. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily supposed to be a screen. The way the Bearcat defense blew through there, it almost looked like that's what the setup was.
Yeah.
And Stauffenberg was just getting rid of it to avoid the sack. He was still brought down hard to the turf as Douglas will just work to wrap up these last 82 seconds and finish this game up.
Okay, Douglas comes up to the line. Everyone except one man is in tight. Under center is Hughes. He takes a knee. So it's, and the clock didn't start. Clock hasn't started yet.
Run the clock.
Still hasn't started yet.
Jeez.
Well, that was about 6-7 seconds. That's the second time that's happened tonight. So Douglas is going to have to take another knee. I tell you what, the Bearcats are known as the Beast of the East, and you can see why. They've got a really good defense, and it's made a big difference here.
They've got really good defense. They've got extraordinary special teams unit. Offense is really good on the ground. Hughes dual threat. Didn't see it a whole lot this week. Definitely saw it last week against Riverton. Tigers did a good job of keeping him contained. But with Skeen and Ewing, big ground game for Douglas.
There's the 5-second count, and Douglas takes a knee. 30 seconds to go in the game. I don't think they have to snap the ball again.
I think they have to do it about one more time.
Do it one more. Yeah, it's 30 seconds between plays, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and they're at 26 right now, and the clock is going. So one more snap, and the Beast from the East will win again their 15th out of the last 16 games against Lander, and that's it. 14 seconds to go. The teams are exchanging handshakes out there. The final score, Douglas 29, Lander 6.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Welcome back, Lander Tigers, and welcome back, high school football fans. After a long summer, it's great to be back to Fremont County sports. Hi, I'm John with Teton Therapy. At Teton Therapy, getting you back out there is what we're all about. We treat everything from back and shoulder pain to brain injuries and strokes, and we get you back to living pain-free. Live your life without pain. Go to TetonTherapyPC.com to book your free consultation today.
Prices are going up all over. Food prices, fuel prices, tires, oils, you name it. But there's one thing that hasn't gone up. WRTA bus lines will still get you where you need to go in Fremont County for the same low price they've always had. Just $1 one way. How can you beat that? See WRTABuslines.com for the new fall route schedule. Save hundreds of dollars every month. And use the WRTA to travel to and from the Riverton Airport. See WRTABuslines.com for details. And remember, don't drink and drive, wear your seatbelts, and keep all four wheels on the road.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Warland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Mama, welcome to my kitchen.
Mama's Kitchen in Lander is ready to wow you with their home-style fixins. Visit the coffee corner and don't forget to try Mama's biscuits, made just the way her Mama made them. And the Mama before that. With local and specialty ingredients making up their cuisine, it'll be the place you can't get enough of.
And just simple, tastes good, delicious, get me all ready for the day.
Down to earth.
Okay, back again, and we have Josh is downstairs getting an interview with head coach John Scott down there. You can see him down in the corner there getting that interview. Let's take a look at some statistics here. The Douglas Bearcats had 204 yards rushing, 55 yards passing, no return yards, 259 yards total offense. The Lander Tigers had 170 yards passing. They have negative 6 yards rushing, and they had 63 yards in return yardage, so that's 233 yards. So the final statistics look, Lander had 233 yards total offense, and Douglas 259 yards offense, but it was the big plays by Douglas. They had that 80-yard run. They had a pick six. They had a 25-yard pass for a touchdown. They had the fumble recovery in the end zone, and tonight it was all defense, and it was all the Douglas Bearcats. So that's our final look there at the total statistics. Individually, Brennan Stauffenberg had 4 carries for negative 15 yards. Tony Larvey had 5 carries for 0 net yards. Matisse Weaver had 7 carries for 9 yards, and that was it for the Tigers. They just didn't have any running game to speak of tonight. Stauffenberg, on the other hand, let's see here. Did I write that down, how many passes he had? Well, he threw 24 he attempted 24 passes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So he was 12 out of 23 passes for a total of, let's see, what did I say? He had 170 yards. In the receiving department, Brown had 6 catches for 111 yards. Gwynna had 4 catches for 54 yards. Harris, 1 catch for 8. LeClaire, 1 catch for 19. Jonah Brown had 1 return for 33 yards. Gwynna had 3 returns for 30 yards. So the total offense again, and Josh, you might find this interesting. Douglas, 259, Lander, 233. And all of that came mostly from the air. Lander had negative 6 yards rushing. So they didn't have positive yards rushing tonight. For the Douglas Bearcats, in the rushing department, Hughes carried the ball 9 times for only 2 yards in the negative. He had quite a few sacks there. Skeen carried 6 times for 106 yards, and we only saw him once in the second
All right, here with Coach Scott after that game, Coach. I saw great plays on the defense. Had 3 sacks on the quarterback, able to get some turnovers as well. What do you think was the big thing that gave the Bearcats the advantage?
Well, they took advantage of the big plays they had, and zap, and then they get up and they've got a real stout defense. And
1, and Ewing caught one for 2 yards. They had no return yardage. And, of course, the big thing, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12 penalties. Well over 100 yards against the Douglas Bearcats, and the Tigers were penalized 3, 6, 7 times. 7 penalties for 47 yards, and I didn't total up the Douglas yardage, Josh, because I have to take off my socks if I have to count that one up. It was
yeah, they had, I would venture to guess, they probably had about half.
Well, let's see. We had
amount of penalty yards
25, there's 30, there's 45, there's 50, there's 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, 115 yards in penalties against the Douglas Bearcats.
So a little bit over half.
Yeah, a little over half.
Unfortunately, the Tigers weren't able to take advantage of having the positive in their turnover differential, as well as take advantage of all those penalties. I was able to grab a quick interview with Coach Scott right after the game.
All right.
That game, Coach, I saw great plays on the defense. They had 3 sacks on the quarterback, able to get some turnovers as well. What do you think was the big thing that gave the Bearcats the advantage?
Well, they took advantage of the big plays they had, and you know, zap, 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 and then they get up and they've got a real stout defense, and we just couldn't get our traction. Couldn't get protection was good early, broke down late. You know, we're victims of big plays that we play really hard. We really play hard, and then there's a breakdown. And sometimes it's scheme, sometimes it's coaching, and sometimes it's just they have better athletes, you know, and make plays. You know, so that's how a football game kind of rolls. You know, we're fighting to just keep our head above water, and sometimes you break down and players make plays, and we just didn't make enough.
And talking about scheme, I know this year you were talking about the different scheme with the offense, more spread offense. What is something that has been continued to be worked on, try and find that identity with the new scheme?
Well, this scheme is, you know, I mean, we've had some success moving the ball with it. We're not deep enough, and we just really broke down some protection and just really let them kind of dictate defensively what they wanted to do all night. You know, we had some opportunities. We played well. It's hard to talk about a defense and an offense when it's the same kids. You know, we're the same kids.
Right.
You just go to the other side of the ball. I mean, that's and so, you know, we had some opportunities offensively that the same kids had set up for defensively, and you know, we needed to get a few of those things. So getting the pick just after halftime, you know, kind of gave us a little boost, but you know, just disappointed that we couldn't find some positives offensively other than that last big pass.
And then we saw on both sides, more so with Tigers' first half, Douglas's second half, shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
Stupid. You know, I mean, it just goes back. That's you know, you either coach it or you allow it to happen. So I take responsibility for it, and that we're not as disciplined still as we need to be to stay out of those stupid things. And it's a selfish mode. You know, it is. It's a selfish mode when a kid won't think of what he's done to his teammates because he's going to do something after the whistle. And it was both sides. And we've had these spirited rivalry with these guys at Shadron for years, this, that, and we talk about it, and you get the test, and we failed the test.
Now we're at midpoint in the season, going next week, big rivalry game against the Riverton Wolverines, going to be here in Lander. What's some things to use as building blocks from this game to use for next week?
I won't know. You know, we'll look at film tomorrow morning and try to pull out some things, but ultimately we're still seeing mistakes that you know has plagued us, and I you know, just know that our backs are against the wall, and you know, we got to fight out of this thing, and we got to get a little bit healthy.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
With Josh interviewing, Josh Henninger interviewing at the end of the game, and you know, you heard there in that interview, Josh, and it came out clear that the coach is a little frustrated.
Definitely.
Yeah, that, he's got a young team, and they're making some mistakes, just like they've done every game this year. And, he was saying that at one time, you got to think what you're doing to your teammates,
Right.
And, something after the play is just not kosher, and it hurts you and it hurts your team. And so I'm betting they're probably going to work on that this coming week.
And I'm thinking that may be the one where we weren't sure what the penalty was with like illegal motion or whatever it was, that we weren't sure what the call was. I would be willing to bet that that's what it was, because that was a big 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was a huge penalty.
Yeah, it was a huge penalty. It made Douglas continue their drive, which ultimately, in the end, they went down and scored. So, like you talked about, it's a young team, and like Coach Scott talked about, he keeps mentioning scheme. But in the end, you have people that are on both sides of the ball. You have Hughes, that was a quarterback and a safety. You have Stauffenberg, that's a quarterback and a safety. You've got guys on the line, both on the offensive line and defensive line. So it's just something that you can try and put it to scheme and this, that, and the other thing. But in the end, you've got kids playing on both sides of the ball. And unfortunately, it's just one of those that it's a young team. They're still trying to figure out the identity on the offense and what they're going to do. And we'll see what the Tigers can do going against Riverton next week.
And, of course, a win against the win against the Wolverines would be great for the Tigers. That would put the Daubers up. And then they've just have 2 games left in the season. They travel to Rollins and then travel to Buffalo to end the season. So next week it's the Riverton Wolverines here at Bill Bush Stadium, and then we go on the road to Rollins and then end up with Buffalo.
Yep, just few games left here in the 2021 season. Looks like so far, I think, depending on what happened on the other side, the other games, Douglas will probably be the number 1 in the 3A East. And the Tigers, if they win out, they still have possibility of making it into the playoffs. But first,
Buffalo was leading Riverton 21-7. Pardon me for interrupting there. At halftime over in Riverton, they were leading 21-7. So it'll be Douglas and Buffalo at the top of the East standings.
Yeah, definitely one of those that another long travel game like we had. Not quite as far as the travel down to Evanston, going to Buffalo to end the season. But that might be, you can talk about making the playoffs and winning out, but in the end, you got to start with week 1. Right now, they got to think it's, beginning in conference, still 0-0. Go out and beat Riverton and get the Fremont Cup, and see if they can get momentum going towards the as we roll into the second half of the season.
Okay. Well, on behalf of Josh Henninger, this is Ernie Over. We want to thank our Lander Sports Club and our Riverton Sports Club sponsors that make these broadcasts on the radio and our video casts on wyotoday.com and KFCW Facebook possible. Without their support, we would not be able to do this. Our final score, once again, the Douglas Bearcats 29 and the Lander Tigers 6. That's it for tonight. We wish you a pleasant good evening and safe driving. And remember, wherever you go. Oh, wait, we didn't do our player of the game, did we?
Oh, our Mama's Kitchen player of the game.
Yeah, our Mama's Kitchen player of the game. I almost forgot that. Just remembering here in the final stages. I guess we would probably have to go with Jonah Brown. He had a pretty good night in receiving.
Yes.
And Stauffenberg had 0 yards on the ground. Of course, the whole Tiger team does. We're going to give it to Jonah Brown today.
Jonah Brown did good on the receiving, and he had that big, I think it was a punt return.
Yeah, 67 yards. Yeah, that was a good one. Jonah Brown is our Mama's Kitchen player of the game. And so, again, this is Ernie Over speaking on behalf of Josh Henninger, and I want to thank our board operator back at KFCW. I believe it was Rusty.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks very much, Rusty. And we'll be back again next week for the big Riverton Lander game right here in Bill Bush Stadium. Until then, be safe, drive carefully, and buckle up. Good night.